And welcome to 540 Studio, The Beyond, Season 5, Episode 5. It's a 5-5. So, hello, everybody out there in YouTube land and also on Twitch. Hope everyone is doing well out there. Hope you're doing great. And yes, we decided to stream on a Wednesday. As I've said earlier, the streaming schedules that we do have are changing little bit here and there through the time now. But we are here, of course. We're gonna talk about some fun stuff. And of course, I have with me my good friend and co-host and fellow filmmaker. Oh, my voice cracked. My fellow filmmaker.
He's entering
Um,
puberty.
yeah, I just hit puberty exactly. But no, I have Tom here with me. So how are you, buddy? It's good to have you here, man.
Good seeing you, good sir. I hear that breeze at the opening, and I'm like, I don't feel it. Darn it! I want to feel that nice. It sounds like a cool breeze off the ocean. And if you ever live by the ocean, it's nothing like a cold breeze off the ocean. It's like because right now I could use it. It's like so hot here.
What did you say?
Well, no, and your opening, in the opening, it sounds like a cool breeze in the opening. The sound of
Oh,
a whoosh, like on the water, and it made me think. I don't feel it. I want to feel a cold breeze now because
in the intro?
yeah,
Oh yeah,
because
yeah, yeah.
I love the sound of a cold breeze. I listen to water running every night. Like people think I'm weird, but I like running brooks and birds chirping and stuff at night. I fall asleep
Yeah,
easy,
yeah, yeah, and I get
and it
you.
makes me feel cooler. And hearing that cool sound. And if you've ever been, I live on
Yeah.
the Atlantic Ocean, literally on the
Yes.
Atlantic Ocean, and it's nothing like when you get a cool breeze on a hot day like today. It's like, ah.
Oh, it's so warm here too, man. So I understand you, man. It's like, me and my wife and the kids, we were outside a couple of days ago to the beach, and I
Mm.
almost died of heat, man. It was
Oh,
so warm.
by the way, I want to live in that living room. That's what my living room and my summer house would be like. I want my
Yeah,
A-frame there, but
right.
I want
Yeah.
my living room to look like that. So
I
I'm
would
not even
love.
kidding.
Same here, man. Same here.
Mm.
Now what have you been up to, man? What have you been up to? I
Oh
know you have been
gosh.
on a couple. I know you've been on a couple of streams with Comic Relief, and I know you have been filming some stuff.
Well, yeah, help. Well, of course, I'm back with Mike. He's the one who got me onto all this universe anyway. And I'm kind of, I wouldn't say I'm producing. I want to learn to do more producing, but like where, hey, remember, sometimes his computer goes a little slow. So I'm going to start playing the cartoons, and it worked perfect. Last episode, I played the cartoon on my end. It was streamless. It was, yes. So I'm going to help him do that. And tomorrow he's showing a movie. So I told him I'll play the movie. I owe that man so much. I mean, we've been friends since our 20s.
Yeah.
So I'm going to play the movie, and it'll play because I have a good computer and I have high speed
Yeah,
internet.
we're looking at you,
So
comic. We're waiting.
yeah,
The
I
time is
press.
ticking. Come on.
I'm trying. I'm trying to get somebody to donate some laptops so I can repair for people. But if I can repair one that's strong enough, I'll just send it to him. So I'm
Mm,
waiting to see because I do some repairs and stuff. I'm looking to upgrade mine eventually too because I'm looking to edit
yeah.
my film, which I edited some new scenes. So I'm going to start from scratch with the new scenes. And I rewatched it and I'm like, I'm going to change some stuff from last year. I'm going to shorten that, make it still keep it under 10 minutes, but the new scenes are going to explain a lot more. They're going to show more of exposition and preposition. So you'll see. You're going to be the first one to really see it when it's done because I might need some
Yeah,
help.
no, I'm excited, man. I'm
But
excited. So,
I'm pumped, and I'm going to put it in the film festival hopefully by the end of the month. So we'll wait and see.
yeah. Yeah, no, I'm excited for it, man. And yeah, I like I've said on a previous stream, I finally, after a long time of rewriting, my book, The Last Gamble, it's finally done. So all I'm doing right now is like going through grammar and stuff like
Mm.
that, and just look at some details here and there. But at least the full story is finally done. So at least I'm happy with that. I can feel a little bit relaxed now with that.
Mind you, the
So
editing part is actually harder because my
I
buddy, who
know, I
I got
know.
my buddy Mark Peterson, I got his book behind me. He's got like 5 novels out now. He even said the hardest part for him was always like the editing afterwards.
Oh
Writing it
yeah,
is just,
I told the writing is the easy part because you have everything in your mind, most of it,
yeah,
and while you write, and of course, while you write, sometimes suddenly you get like a better idea what you can do here and there.
yeah.
But it is when you're gonna edit, and I have a little bit on my first book I have edited. I don't know if it's perfect, but at least I tried my best. It's a learning experience.
Even the small things, you're like, oh, I put an I where it should have been an A, or that the small things like that too. Typing it out because I had to do up my poem book. I had to
And
triple check spelling
and
every
and
little
and I,
thing.
and I know one of the problems I had while writing is that I over explain things because I'm just so involved with my story that I can't stop writing.
Yeah,
I'm like, shit, this is way too much of details. I should probably dial it back a little and remove some of this. But it's just when you get into the zone, there's like so much information you want to give in the story. But I just saw like how many pages it will be, and I'm like, yeah, this is way too much.
nope.
So I had to shorten it down. So I'm going through the editing phase right now. I'm waiting to hear back from a friend of mine that might help me to make it quicker with the
Mm.
editing because he has a couple of books out. Really well author and really good bookmaker, writer. So and also he is American, so it's a little bit easier when an American, of course, does the editing and for American accent in a way the way I write, and uh, English is my second language, not my
No,
first.
exactly. Yeah.
So it's always nice to have somebody who is from that place that can help me with it. So no, so just I'm waiting for him. So maybe it can go a little bit faster, and maybe I can, I have like a release date in my mind. I'm not gonna say it because I don't want to put it down a release date yet, but I have like something
Yeah.
in my mind when. But if he has time and can help me, I know it's gonna go faster, so then I can like put the release date a little bit more up, a little bit, so I can release it earlier.
But I also
So
get about the over explaining because when I rewatched the film again recently, I'm like, my character set repeat stuff a little too much. I'm over explaining, and I just exactly that. I'm like, I'm going to cut some of that back too. Like, yeah,
yeah,
stop.
exactly.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I get that 100.
But
percent
the thing is that you just get so involved in the story.
Exactly. Yeah. And you want to try to, that's why I'm throwing in preposition because some people were a little lost of why this character did that. Well, here, I'll explain it. Here's like 30-second scene, another 30-second scene. And then I've added
Yeah,
another
exactly.
30-second scene at the end, two of them with this new character, or is it the same? We don't know. But
Yeah,
yeah, it
exactly.
makes it more, I'm kind of holding people's hands a little bit more this time because some people are like, I don't get
Yeah.
it. I'm like, oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, I totally understand that.
Yeah.
No, but yeah, no, I'm excited for the release of it. I'm grateful to everybody who has checked out my first book, and I hope more people will check it out. The Forsaken,
Mm.
director's cut to be exact, because again, Amazon is Amazon. I have to use
Yeah.
Amazon in I need to use Amazon until I find somebody else, or something else. But it's really hard to find certain places. Some people, take paid and you need to pay. Some people, some places are free, but you, you don't know how much they are trustworthy.
You got to be careful with
You have
publishers.
to be
Yeah,
really
I've had
exactly.
friends that publish books. They end up going through Amazon. They tried publishers and no, no, no.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I did see that the messed up version of my first book, Forsaken, that Amazon, with all the mistakes and what happened with Amazon, that I had to remove because of the mistakes. Because again, you know how Amazon works.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I did see, because I searched on my book online, and there's like a Chinese rip-off site thing that had my book, that version of the book, and I'm like, really? Chinese people have copied my book that was the wrong version? Okay, that's funny. Yeah, that was interesting.
You got to
But
be
you know
careful
how
with
it
the
is.
government work.
Yeah,
Yes, exactly. So,
so yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of good feedback on it. Yes, there's been a little bit grammar issues here and there, but not much, but a little. But again, English is my second language. But I try to do I try to do everything myself, and we are independent. So
mm,
sometimes we try
mm,
to do most ourselves. Um,
I've worked on movie sets with other people, but my whole film is just me. I didn't, and I could have asked people, but one, you got to feed them. That's number one, being on a movie set. Feed people. I don't have money to do that. I'm broke, so I was like, I can't. So I just did it all myself.
you know,
Eventually,
the day I can finally the day we can finally make films and put here on 540, when that day finally comes one day, what what we are trying to build up to also. The
mm,
good thing is that I have a wife and she will make food for everybody.
yeah. Well, what I did, I've been on a couple sets. I'm on one set. They actually got Subway to sponsor us. It was a bigger film. One of the better actors here locally. He's won awards and stuff, so he got Subway to sponsor us. So we had
Oh,
Subway
that's
there
nice. Yeah.
2 days, and another person she went to with Tim Hortons. We got some stuff there, and we did some indie film stuff, and she fed people. So some sets I've been on, I've been fed. But the biggest one I was on was the revival. That was that Greg Hemmings. We did that TV
Oh
show.
yeah, yeah,
That
right.
was on the
Yeah.
Sci-Fi Network though, so that was a big production, a big television. I mean, we had 3 square meals served the entire day. It was massive. I was like, okay, this is
I have
awesome.
yet to watch it, man.
It was not bad. Even though it only lasted one season. It's hard to keep this something going. I enjoyed it, and I thought it was pretty good too. There was some
Yeah.
well-known people. Heck, CM Punk was actually in it, which I was hoping to meet him, but
Yeah.
he was in town
Oh,
watching
yeah.
some hockey, but he ended up leaving. But yeah,
Yeah, right.
it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. So
Yeah, no, I have you're the only person that I know talks about the show. I have not heard anybody else talk about it, so
well, it's lesser known, and it was made here in St. John, and but it wasn't bad. It's based after a novel, graphic novel from 2002. Don't quote me on
yeah,
that.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
true, yeah.
it was a few years
I think it
ago.
was something
So
like that, yeah. Yeah, no, so it is on my list. I will get my ass in gear to watch it one day.
I'm like in the
Uh,
background in the opening episode. I'm like, hey, my friend pointed me out. I'm like, how did you do that? I can barely recognize it. I'm like behind a couch. But okay, that's me. I got paid for
yeah,
like
no,
20 some
exactly,
bucks
yes.
for a whole day's work and fed nicely for, but I was only in like literally 2 seconds up there. It's like,
Yeah. Oh,
okay.
there you are, yeah, yeah. And I do want to say hail to Netcat. So good to see you, buddy. It's been a long time, man.
Ooh.
Hope you're doing well, brother. Hope you are doing well, man. Need to get you back on one day, man. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, no, I'm gonna get my ass in gear to watch it. But like I always say, I have a limited time. I don't get to watch everything.
Look,
I have kids,
there's so much
but
to watch out
it
there. I
is.
mean,
It's exactly.
I've just started watching Jack Ryan because they released a movie. I'm like, I'm gonna go back and watch the TV show. I never watched it, and I already finished season 1 today, and I'm like, oh, that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
So
But luckily, in August, finally my kids are starting school again. So then I get a couple of hours home alone, to watch it, watch
mm,
stuff and
yeah,
stuff like that. So that's gonna be great too. Also gonna get back to some music. And yeah, I'm excited to make some more bangers with the band and all that. Um, and let's see here. Netcat said, doing pretty good. I've got a weird schedule now, but it's due to a promotion. Yeah, man. Hey, congratulations with the promotion, man. That is great, brother. And if you haven't, please subscribe to Netcat. He does a lot of fun, a lot of fun on the live streams with gaming. Like the stuff that he does with the live streaming games, it's a lot of fun. Because
nice.
what I like about him is that he's so good interacting with the chat. Sometimes he forget to game, I feel, because he just gets so interactive with the chat sometimes.
I'm the
Especially, if this
opposite
especially if you start talking about Star Wars, he's gonna, go boom boom. He's a Star Wars lore guy. He really is.
because I was it doing Fallout New Vegas, and the chat started talking to me.
Yeah.
Like, I can't,
Yeah.
I'm so into the game, I get lost. Like, oh, there's
Yeah,
people
yeah, no,
here.
exactly.
I
Yeah.
So that's
You know,
why I got
I
a
back
tablet.
in the day back in
So
the day when I used to stream a little bit games, I try to interact with the chat so much, but I just found myself to be a little bit, you know, I kind of I want to get involved in this game, so it's kind of hard to stream this game because I want to be involved in it.
no, exactly. I might be doing some
And
streaming with my old channel. I've rebirthed my old YouTube channel, Foggy Brains, and
yeah.
my techno sapien geek might be on a slow there. It'll always exist, but I'm gonna redo my own. The Thomas Haley creations, which I've just renamed Thomas Haley, because my goal, I have a new goal in life now. Filmmaking, photography is my number one, but
Yeah,
I want to be a travel vlogger. I'm trying to make this a career. One, to visit my friends in the UK, a reason to do it. But two, I get to travel the world. Maybe somebody hire me
yeah,
to. I'd like to. I already got the piece of equipment I'm applying for to get. It'll be
yeah,
travelable. Put it in my backpack. I can travel the world with this little gimbal and this tiny camera that built into it, and my little camera.
exactly.
Boom. That'll be my
Exactly.
lifestyle.
And I also do want to say hail to Future Untold. Fantastic music maker, man. He is fantastic. I heard a couple of songs on his YouTube channel, some remixes and some stuff that he does. He is just a I know he did tell me that, he's not like a professional in that kind of sense, but
Mm.
man, in my view, you sound better than 90% of all these people that calls themselves professional. Because what you do is that I can hear the passion and love and the techniques that you are doing, man. You are just goddamn talented. So man, keep up the stuff that you're doing, man. I will absolutely listen to a lot more. I will also help sharing out if you ever want me to, man. You're always welcomed in our Discord server, and you have me on and Discord, so you can always hit me up whenever you want. So no, please go and subscribe to him and listen to his music, man. His remixes, his music, and everything. Just a fantastic artist.
When I say music, music is my passion. I mean, I don't make it, but listening to it, it keeps me alive. I say if something touches you, trust me, there's famous people that have trash out there. It's mechanically made, and yeah, I'm like, what is this garbage? And then there's lesser known people. Matt Anderson, I'll use him as an example. He's actually from New Brunswick, a bigger gentleman. He plays blues. When he plays, I've seen him 5 times live. When he plays live, he's renowned. He's traveled the world. He's got known now in the last, but wow, what a amazing, like his, you can see his passion when he sings. He's sitting there, like you can feel it. That to me is great music. When somebody's making you feel something, they're feeling it too when they're creating it. It's like, oh wow, it's goosebumps. It's just, to me, that's, yeah. And he's known, he travels, but he's not a
Yeah,
big name. My friend Jessica Ray, she actually got to do a song with him. Actually, was
yeah.
kind of cool. She's renowned. She's got to travel the world. So I mean, yeah, keep your being famous is such an overrated thing per se. What is fame? You know what I mean? I mean, sure, they make a lot of money, but a lot of them don't have talent. Some of them.
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. And I know Future Untold, I really enjoy what he's doing. And, I like the styles of the, dubstep stuff. I love a lot of the electronic stuff myself.
Oh, dude, I'm a huge electronic fan. Like actually, one of the songs I listen to on a daily basis is chill dubstep song, and it calms me down when I go for walks. Once I'm done my podcast, I listen to that, and it's just, oh, I listen to it when I talk to
Yeah,
my friends from
you know,
UK.
exactly.
Oh yeah, it's
And
yeah.
I know I watched with the Future Untold. I watched one of his videos when he was messing around with some costume presets and stuff like that. And it's just I love watching people make music. It's just so
Mm.
inspiring to like see what programs they're using and all that kind of stuff and like kind of vibe they're doing. I was like, damn, it's inspiring, man.
Well,
So
hey,
I do want to
we'll go like something you're going to talk about later. Have you ever watched This Is It? It
of
was
Michael.
yeah.
Yeah, of course I own it. Yeah, I have a
I
lot of Michael
cry.
here.
I own it too. I went to theater twice. I
Yeah,
cried, and I watched
yeah,
it again recently after watching the certain
yes.
film. I watched that again, and I'm like, just watching this man
Yeah, I
create art.
recently watched Moonwalker also.
Oh, to watch him create it live on
Yes,
that
it's just
stage,
amazing,
his
man.
passion. He loved the art. It's like just
Yeah,
oh,
that's
oh,
what you
oh.
need, man.
Yes,
And
exactly.
of course, Future Untold said, "Thanks, man. Of course, brother. Of course, man. This is what we do, man. You are a good music creator out there, and I want more people to find you and listen to your work, man. You deserve the praise. You deserve to grow. So, no problem, brother.
We as
So to
artists
every
should always have each other's back. That's what I
Of
believe. So,
course, man. So to everybody out there, please and go and subscribe to him, man, and check out his work and new releases and stuff that he does. Give him a follow. He deserves it. So he is better than these Hollywood professional music creators out there. He is, in my view, a 10 out of 10 music creator out there. So, just fantastic. Absolutely gonna listen a lot more. And I don't know if he has a Spotify, but if he gets a Spotify or something at some point, you know, then I'm gonna, listen to it every time I go out. I'm gonna listen to a lot of his stuff. Really enjoy it. Really enjoy a lot of the electronic stuff. Uh, the thing that I'm a metalhead, but I'm also a electronic head at the same time. Not many people know that.
I just love music. I'm just a music person in general. I grew up with all types from blues to jazz to opera. Well, not as much opera as more classical
Yeah,
to
yeah, no, I
metal,
get you.
dark metal to electronic. I've made my own electronic and sometimes not great, but I have. So I just love music. It's just keeps me alive. That's a fact. So.
Yeah, no, exactly. No, music is amazing, man. Music is amazing. It's one of the best things that we do have in the world, other than movies and other stuff too, of course.
Dude, I would say
So,
this one, and I love movies because being a filmmaker, photographer, and all that. But music is as important. I've stated this before. Music to me is as important as air. Without music, I probably wouldn't exist. That's a fact. Music saved my life in my 20s, 30s, and still does to this day. Nirvana, funny enough, was one of the bands that saved me, ironically. So, so in
yeah,
my
right.
years, and then Tool, and I grew up in the '80s, and Van Halen, Tears for Fears,
Yeah,
Duran to just everything. I could spread out and
exactly.
talk music forever. So,
Future Untold said means a lot, man. No worries, brother. We like to promote good artists out there, and if we ever if we ever do like a music stream or stuff like that one day, you're welcome, man. You are welcome to talk about your passion, man, and commercial your music, man.
mm,
And he said, was in the dower. Yeah, yeah, no, I get you, man. I get you. You're a busy man. You make music. I understand that. I do a lot of that stuff too, so I understand. But yeah, great guy, great guy. Also real nice to talk to and stuff like that. So just amazing overall. So again, please subscribe to him if you haven't. You will not be disappointed.
there you go.
Mm. But we are also gonna get into some, of course, some articles, of course. And I'm trying to debate of what we're gonna start with, and I do know we have met
Surprise
yet.
us.
Yeah.
So many things going
Um,
on in the world of
and he
films and
said,
everything.
yeah, that is up to my co-host too. We can always, listen to, if as long as it's if it is a remix, then YouTube can be a little bit stupid because they do not like to show other people's works. But if it is an
YouTube is
original
such a
song,
you.
yes, I know. But if it's an original song, okay, it's one of yours. Sh- sure, man. We can do that because you're a good guy. So it's the first time we actually do that.
Because yeah, I know Mike got hit
Yeah,
when he shows
just send
certain
it to
movies,
me.
even if they're officially the movies are open source or whatever you call it. YouTube still hits them sometimes for stupid reasons. It's like why? I think it's all done by an AI system. It doesn't even know, and it just sees something and it'll clock at it. You know what I mean? So I mean, you showed that trailer last week and it hit it for no reason. I'm like, what? Like,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
need
know.
to get my ass in gear to get that out again. I got a little bit annoyed just because of the trailer. It's like, come on, dude. I've shown plenty trailers here. They never cared before. Suddenly, okay, sure, man.
Yeah, they're getting a little bit.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there we go. Let's see here. He said it's the first one on my channel. So that is the one he released 1 hour ago. So why
Mhm.
not? So I do hope it is this one that I am on the right song. So again, this is Future Untold. So please go and subscribe to him. I will already give a like because I know I will like it. And again, I will pin on Twitch and YouTube. I will pin his link to his YouTube channel. So please give him a subscription, man. So yeah. I really like this kind of vibe. It's into what I really like,
Hmm.
and when I do listen to it, I would say it like this. I'm starting to think about how cool it would be to like do scream vocals on these kind of tracks,
Hmm.
because I have heard a lot of these kind of this genre with scream vocals, and I'm like, that dude, that's just cool. And he does say he does that as well, and that's cool, man. That is amazing. So here's a link to the song if people do want to listen to it. So what do you think so far, Tom?
Not bad. Hard to hear because I'd probably have to listen to it on, you know what I mean, on myself.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no
yeah,
not
yeah.
to, but yeah, yeah, yeah. But not bad, not bad at all.
Yeah, no, he like I said, he is talented, and he should just keep up his work and continue, man.
I want to see a Cthulhu movie, by the way, but I digress. I can go on a totally tangent of film. Anyway, there you can hire.
Yeah, there we go. A little bit more harder on the beat right there. Just the way I like it, because I love hard beat. Maybe we should do that one time. You know, Tom, I have an idea. One day, what we should do?
What?
We pop up a stream on Twitch, because at least you can show music there. And do like a fun review stream where we listen to people's music, man. That could be cool, and a change up.
Are you sure Twitch doesn't hit you on that kind of things?
Oh yeah, I've seen it. Well, after play, they will mute certain things,
Oh,
but
okay.
while you do stream, it is fine.
Oh, okay.
I watch a lot of people who reviews music, and it's a lot of fun. And of course,
Huh.
some assholes, of course.
Well, yeah. No, no, no. I've heard of many assholes on Twitch when they, some of them. Yeah, yeah,
All
yeah, yeah.
right.
I follow some of them on YouTube that do Twitch. What's that? Miss
So
Klitz
he
and a
said
few other idiots and
Spider
stuff.
Slayer. Okay.
Yeah. Asthma Gold,
Um,
I don't mind, even though I don't like his recent account. But yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
What I need to just find it. It was called Spider's Lair. So let's try to find it. All right. I think I found it. All right. Let's listen to his. We normally don't do this, but for you we will. So we will take a listen to this one too. So here we have Spider Slayer, feat JSF, an official music video. So let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. And he says, got me on vocals. So let's hear it. Let's hear it. All right. That's some deep shit. I love that. This kind of stuff brings me a little bit more back to the MySpace era of deathcore and stuff like that. And you have those kind of versions of unclean vocals, and I heavily love that when it's more of the old school stuff.
That's like the
Uh,
third time I've heard about MySpace in 2 weeks, and I still have mine.
yeah, yeah,
Believe it or not,
yeah, yeah.
I
But the
still have
thing
it.
is that MySpace deathcore era was the best era of deathcore and most of that genre, because it was just it was slamming, it was amazing, and it just sounded right.
Well, that was
Now,
the earlier days of music getting out there to other people. It was MySpace. That was really before Facebook, way before. And
yeah,
it was
exactly, and not
bands
just
and stuff.
that. The
And
things that there is a lot of bands that I do love out there that still sounds good, but the problem is with a lot of these bands is that they sound the same, and it's overproduced with hundreds of layers on layers on layers.
yeah, no,
It's like there's no problem of doing a couple layers, but when I watch these people create music, I see like 10 layers on the vocals just to make it extra powerful, and I'm just, dude, a lot of these things that you're doing with the song is way too much. Like, if you're gonna perform this live, you will not be able to do it. Then you need a
no,
second
no,
vocal
no.
on it.
Yeah.
And then he used the videos, Grok AI. Yeah, man, it's no problem using videos for AI. I know there's a lot of hate for that, but I don't care, man, if people do that for videos or anything like that. I think, you do what works for you, and if you are on a budget. And I wrote this entire thing in in my DAW. Yeah, yes. Of course, slamming deathcore. Sounds like old school MySpace era. The way I love it. And my band is Rebirth of Spiders. So he likes spiders. That is cool, man. Oh, that's some deep growls, man. That I do love. So, I love this, man. Kudos for you, man. That is some good screams right there. Some good unclean vocals. The reason I always use unclean vocals, because there's so many genre of how to scream these days. I'm just like, it does not matter what name of scream it is. I just say unclean, and I always say, as long as it sound nice and good, and just it fits what you do and you feel comfortable, the name
Mm,
does not matter. It's only unclean vocals.
no.
And but other than that, man, since we have to continue with our show too, because we're a podcast thing. But man, future untold, man. This is great stuff, man, and I would love to hear more of your metal stuff in the future. You have some really good vocals right there. I love the slamming deathcore. I love the vibe. It does sound like the old school MySpace era, and it's into my vibe. It really is. So thank you for popping in here and sharing your music with us. And he said, thanks, man. Of course, brother. Of course, man. And have fun, guys. Of course, and you too, brother. And thank you for popping in, man. And thank you for sharing the songs. And people, please go and subscribe to him. Again, like I said, you will not be disappointed. He does electronic music and metal music, so that is up in my thing, man. That's up in my alley of music. So
You know what I found out this year? I'm bringing that up
what's
actually.
your next name, brother?
A female that can do the vocals like that. Alicia White Glutz, she left. I didn't realize until like a month ago she left Arc Enemy. I was like,
Yeah, she
oh,
did. Yeah,
yeah. So they got a new singer and she's doing solo stuff now. She's Canadian too, actually. So,
yeah.
yeah,
She
yeah.
quit. The band got a new vocalist that is 100% overproduced that I don't like that much.
I mean, yeah.
Um,
I mean, of course, the original was Angela. It's like she was, she was amazing. She was. But I think Alicia did a good job. But yeah, I haven't heard any of the new stuff yet. But
yeah, no, the new stuff is some stuff. You can say it like this. It's some stuff are decent in that way. I've heard a vocalist before and other stuff. It's decent, but it's not. It became too boring, if you know what I mean. It became a little bit too basic for me. You know.
Okay. Well, you know what? One thing I was shocked at, my uncle told me, is I'm a huge Rush fan. I grew up with Rush. Rush is touring with a female drummer, which I was like, oh, blasphemous. But I guess even my uncle, he's like, she's really good. I'm like, oh. So I might give them a chance. Neil Peart, was, in my opinion, is one of the greatest drummers
Yeah.
of all time. But I guess she's really good. So I'm like, I'm going to give them a show, give them a chance. So, I know.
Yes. No, no, exactly. But now, of course, we are gonna go into some topics for tonight. So I will just start with this one because I saw Netcat in the chat earlier, and yes, it is a Star Wars thing, but it's actually a movie that I am kind of looking a little bit forward to. And I know my wife is absolutely looking forward to this because it is Ryan Gosling. Her favorite actor is Ryan Gosling. So Ryan Gosling, stay away from my wife.
I
Or we
seen
got
him in a movie recently. What was the name of that again? It's the space one. What was the name of it?
oh, Hail Mary.
That was good. That was
Oh,
really
it's an
good.
amazing movie. Yes,
That was
it's an
awesome.
amazing movie.
I want a part two now. Darn it. Wait,
Yeah,
ended. I'm like,
right.
I left it open. Like,
They
oh.
did. But of course, we do have some news about quote unquote leak of the movie. So, no, again, take it with a grain of salt. But I will say I do not hate what I heard, what I've read and heard. It is a move that I'm actually looking a little bit forward to. So, yes, I'm probably gonna get called a shill or whatever the f they want to call me out there.
Oh, I don't even,
Oh,
don't even address it. It's just yeah.
no, I always like to make fun of it. I like to make fun of it. So you can call me whatever you want, but just don't call me late. But huge Star Wars Starfighter leak reveals Jedi and new characters. Okay, so let's get into it. Brand new details from Star Wars Starfighter have been leaked, and we now know names of characters and Jedi planets and more. So again, I take it with a grain of salt, but I don't hate it what I have read so far. It has been quite some time since a detailed, legitimate Star Wars leak have been published, but
Hmm.
now those wanting a sneak peek of at what will come next May are in for a treat. New information is coming from re-owned Star Wars leaker known as Making Star Wars. Yeah, that person has leaked a lot of stuff that ended up to be true when certain stuff. Um, so, who previously gave us the plot leaks on most Star Wars productions? He has now posted a series of tweets on Star Wars Starfighter, and we will be covering it. Of course, the article will cover it. And firstly, let's start with the name of the new character. The main character in the movie, Ryan Gosling, is playing Cade. And normally, the character when I hear Cade, normally I think about Cade Skywalker from the expanded universe
Hmm.
because he was, one of my favorite characters. And Flynn Gray is playing a character with a name that sounds like Ron or Ronin. It is unknown if either has a surname. Flynn uses an American accent. Kate is a rogue slash Han Solo character. And that's the characters I do enjoy the most in Star Wars.
Hmm.
um, because it's a lot more interesting. It's like, Luke Skywalker is great and all for people, but I'm more into the rogue type Han Solo type of characters, if you know what I drift.
Yeah.
Um, also wears a necklace that is said to be important. It is reported in early development that Cade is the best friend of Flynn Gray's father. Amy Adams will play Flynn's character's mother. Ryan Gosling in the film is to safely transport the kid to a new planet called Adaria, as it has a Jedi Academy slash refuge. It is said that Gosling and Gray have a tremendous amount of charisma, chemistry together. Director Sean Levy, and I think that's one of the things that some people actually look a little bit more forward to it is because of director Sean Levy, who
Hmm.
also did, part of, he was the director and stuff with Ryan Reynolds on the Deadpool movies.
No, another
So
Canadian. Yeah.
yeah, so you kind of know in a way how he creates movies already in
Yeah.
that kind of way. So you have seen Deadpool, you like Deadpool and Deadpool versus Wolverine. So of course you kind of know like a direction of how he makes movies.
Hmm. Hmm.
Of course, this is gonna be more PG-13. Of course, it's not gonna be like Deadpool. Of course,
No.
that
No.
would be interesting though. um, but of course, so Sean Levy is credited with having a good track of record of working with child actors. Even though Stranger Things became kind of a bad show in the end with a lot of stuff, but other than that, it used to be better at the time. Um, but the Jedi planet info, now we have it. Now for a description of the new planet, Adaria, it is described as a lush green location, but has a muddy contrast. It is East Asian inspired and has a tiki style huts. On the set, large mechanical struts, possibly landing gear where present. As we know, Tom Cruise turned up on the set to film a lightsaber duel. If that's true, that's interesting. Tom Cruise,
Well,
really?
maybe he's a
If,
Star Wars fan and he just wanted it.
yeah, yeah,
Let's be honest, the guy has pull. So
yeah. If this is, take it with a grain of salt, but I will say this: if he is there, he does all his stunt himself, so it's not gonna be in a stunt double.
no, no.
So in a muddy location, now we know that the duel took place on Adaria. This location also has Jedi, and Jedi appear to resemble Padawans, similar to Obi-Wan Kenobi and Anakin at the end of Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Speaking of Jedi and lightsabers, Mia Goth and Aaron Pire have a lightsaber duel on Adaria. Pere is connected to the Jedi Sanctuary and on Adaria in some way. And additionally, Ryan Gosling's wife, Eva Mendes, supposedly has an interesting role in this. This is something Bespin Pultin heard quite some time ago, but choose not to report it. Mendes' character is described as being a fully claimed, glammed out Katina owner named Belle. Um, well, interesting. This character is also not human, and she is 650 years old. That is old. Her outfit is a set of gold skin tight pants and corset with a golden cape. So, in the last thing here, in other recent Star Wars Starfighter news, footage of the film was shown behind closed doors to the attendants to Cine Europe. Also, the film has already been edited into a watchable cut, according to actor Matt Smith, because he's also in it. You can, even though he kind of was casted as kind of Palpatine, as we understood in Rise of Soy Milker, but kind of never happened. So at least he got a role here. You can learn more about what he said to see on a film here. Okay. And of course, it's just, hitting cinema and stuff like that. But just with this little information, and if it is true, I like the sound of it, man. If it is true, and I think Sean Levy can do a good job, even though I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan and stuff like that. And I will say it's mostly not because of the movies. I do understand why people love the movies and really enjoy them. I always, try to remind people I have never been a big Deadpool fan in the
Mm.
comics, so it's not a character I care so much about. So that's more the reason why I don't care so much about the movie.
See, I've always
Um,
liked the character long before even Ryan was in touch to it. It's like I like
yeah, no,
video games,
exactly.
which you can't. Funny enough, you can't get that game anymore. But I
No,
had
I,
it on.
I I
Yeah,
am still happy that I do own it, and I also own it on Steam. So it's still there. I can play it.
yeah, I had to sell it because of to survive. But I'll buy it again. I'll find it online again someday. But anyway, when I'm rich.
Yeah, just let me be BRB real quick. I just need to get some drink. I get dry in my mouth talking so much.
But yeah, no. Am I looking forward to this? I personally, I'm not gonna lie, everybody. I'm a little burnt out on Star Wars stuff in general. I am. I was hoping to see the Grogu Mandalorian thing. I missed it because it stayed in theaters for a very short while, at least here in our local theater. So I didn't get to see it. It's going to be out in August 25th, I think, on streaming. So then I'll give it a shot. I will watch it because I did watch all the Mandalorians before that again, just to lead myself back up to it. But I
And I'm
don't know.
back.
The universe just is kind of. I don't care anymore. I honestly, I
Yeah,
just think.
no, I recently talked about this, that I used to be a big Star Wars fan. Um but in the recent time, even with the originals and comics and stuff like that, I'm not so involved anymore with the universe in that kind of sense. I don't care that much as I used to. And it has nothing to do with Disney, it has nothing to do with that. It's just my personal interest evolved to, become like this, if you understand my drift.
I'll
It's
watch it
like,
again. I love the originals. I will watch all the first original six even sometimes back. But like to
yeah, no,
me,
of course.
I wanted to go see the Mandalorian. I was going to go theater, but it literally left theaters way before I had a chance to go because I was kind of broke, and I was like,
Yeah, no,
oh,
exactly,
what?
exactly.
So and
But
I
no,
recently purchased Squadrons. I don't know if you ever played that game.
I know about it. I have
I
tried it
love
out.
I love flying ships and planes. So, and this is flying
Yeah,
planes in space. I'm like, oh, isn't
exactly.
it a TIE
So
fighter and
no,
an X-Wing?
so
That's fun.
so so I would
But
say it like this, the way I look at this movie is that I don't care if it's Star Wars or if it's not.
yeah,
I will look at it as in a different lens. I will look at it as a sci-fi movie,
yeah, exactly.
and I will look at it, look how the story is it interesting and stuff like that. And I do like Ryan Gosling myself, but again, Ryan Gosling, stay away from my wife.
He's
Um,
married already. So.
yeah, but my wife is too pretty, he's gonna fall. So we all know that. No, but no, all jokes aside,
He's
he's
a
a great
Canadian. Canadians are loyal, eh? For sure.
a but no, he is a great actor and everything. And
Oh
I
yeah,
know
yeah.
I know Sean Levy knows how to create movies. And I know he has a good record on a lot of stuff. And again, I understand why people love Deadpool and thing like that he's been working on. And no, I'm gonna go in this with I'm not gonna go in there. Oh, I'm gonna be like, oh, this is gonna be a Star Wars movie. Oh, I'm gonna be excited because it's a Star Wars name. No, I'm gonna go in watching this with an open mind and just see it as a movie itself.
Well, he's
You
done a lot
know,
of, like I said, he did that one just this year on the sci-fi, and people forget a movie I liked. One, the original was my favorite. Is Blade Runner. He was in Blade Runner 2049. So I mean, he's done his share of sci-fi films. So I mean, I'll give it a chance, of course, definitely. So
yeah, no, exactly. Um, no, so I'm gonna I look forward to this to see how it is, and hopefully, it's gonna be an entertaining movie.
yeah.
Um,
Will I go to the theater? That's the thing. I haven't gone to a movie theater this year yet. I'm saving one for Spider Man and one for Godzilla. So that's my two. Because
Oh
see,
yeah.
I'm so broke all the time nowadays. But I was gonna go see Mandalorian, but I couldn't. I missed it. But yeah, I'm going to see Spidey. That's a must. And I want to see Godzilla. So I was like, yeah, okay, I'll go to those two. So, but yeah, other ones I'll just wait till they come out in streaming usually and what have you.
Yeah.
Just like Supergirl comes out in a couple weeks. Anyway, that still makes me laugh. But anyway,
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. So let's see here. Just looking through some
yes,
stuff.
I am going to watch Supergirl. I am still going to watch it. I'm a comic
Yeah.
book person. I don't even hate the actress. She seems like an idiot when she speaks, but I still think she's cute and I like the character. But I think this version of the character is an idiot. I don't like the. I'm the bad whatever. But I also want to see Lobo. So so I'll definitely watch
Yeah,
it.
again, that's what everybody praised was mostly him, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah, yeah.
That is the thing. Um, I will react to this a little bit later because we are in the middle of the discussion of topics here. But I will get you back on it. I don't know if on the stream or in the privates. So need to focus a little. So we'll get back to you. But no, we go to the cinema once in a while. Me and my wife, we do go to the cinema, buy some pocket buckets sometimes. The next movie I'm excited to go to watch now is Dune Part 3. Even though I have a Zendaya fatigue because she's annoying, but the trailer looked good, and
Now, was that the final film?
I think the third one will be the final. Yeah,
Because I
I don't.
mean, if anybody's seen the original, it was one film. It's just really long, but this is like three films spanned out, telling a little bit more of the same story, just more spread out. I think so.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, so I'm looking forward to it, and I'm also I really wanted to get the books, if you know what I mean. I
Mm.
really I wanna read the books. I've heard the books is, of course, a lot better from people's, like 9% of the time,
Yeah,
the
yeah,
books
yeah.
are better. So, no, I did look at some. I went to the comic shop here, and I saw some cool books and book covers of it. So no, absolutely gonna get the books. But yeah, other than that, I am gonna, I am looking forward to that movie. So hopefully it's gonna be good. Hopefully it's gonna be entertaining.
We'll see.
Um,
I have a feeling I'll forget about it, and oh, that's how he
yeah,
did
right,
it.
yeah.
Like, yeah, but yeah.
But also, we're gonna get in some DC news. Also,
How bad it is? Oh wait, no, no.
oh. Actually, I want this movie to come out. I really want this movie to come out. I
Oh, good. It's not about James Gunn. I just I could really go off on that, but yeah, yeah,
well, it's a little bit of his fault. He's never, they trashed the movie. Him,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and again, I don't trust James Gunn.
Nope.
So oh, will it share? There we go. So J.K. Simmons, love the actor. You know, all from a lot of stuff that he has done. Fantastic actor. Loved him as Jim Gordon too in the DC universe with Zack Schneider.
Hmm.
So J.K. Simmons reflects on Batgirl cancellation with a lot of fun. Making it. Thought it would be a fun superhero movie. And again, a lot of us. I was one of them. I will admit that I was one of them who trashed this outfit, but that was before I learned the lore of the movie. It's not her official outfit. She will get a proper outfit. That was, they gonna create more movies. It's gonna be a bigger, it was still part
Yeah,
of the DC Schneider tie at the time, right?
yeah,
A lot of stuff. So she was gonna get a better suit. and I saw some footage of the suit. You know, the small things we got to see,
Mm.
and I'm like, okay, now I understand it. Okay, you know, because this is her origin story, right? I'm like, okay, I was a little bit too fast on the bandwagon of trashing it. You know
What
what I
would have
mean?
been her origin story? Sadly, we'll never know.
No, it would. The
No.
story is talked about. You know, some of the actors have talked about the story. Story is out there
Hmm.
for everything
I
that we
mean,
do
just
know.
to actually see, you know what I mean? It's like
Yeah,
it's one of those films. It's like it's done, it's finished. Just release it. Put it on
they
D.
just release
If you're not
it.
going to put it in theaters, put it on Blu-ray. Just give it to us at least. Heck, you want to go digital? Even though I don't get me started on that argument, but give it a Blu-ray copy or just a digital copy. I mean, if it exists, put it somewhere to let the
You know
fans.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. No, I really want to watch it. There we go. No, I really want to watch it and see the movie itself. So Batgirl, the DC film that completed production but was ultimately shelved, remains as a hot topic among fans. Recently, J.K. Simmons, who played Commissioner Gordon, and again, I want to see him again as Gordon, you know, in this universe that Zack Snyder created. You know, he even got beefed up. You know that? He worked out to become beefy, you know, musclers and everything, man, for
Hmm.
the role. And we only got to see him, you know, in that one movie, and I'm just like, I want to see more, you know. I want to see more of the plan of the Snyderverse, dude.
Yeah.
Give us the Batman movie and give us the Iron Cut and give us Batgirl. Um, so of course, I reflected on a film's controversial cancellation during an interview on the Happy, Sad, Confused podcast, admitting that he was not pleased to see the project abandoned. It's understandably so, you know, when you spend so much time on a movie with the cast, the director, all the scenes you've been filming, etc., etc. I get
No,
it.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
work in the film industry too. So do you. So we can, you know, understand that a lot, you know.
You can spend up to 2 days filming shorts, up to months filming a whole full length film, and you become friends with these people for a long period of time. So yeah,
So even if the movie is good or not, of course you want the film to come out and see the project you all have done together. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So Simmons first portrayed Commissioner Gordon in Zack Snyder's Justice League and later joined Batgirl, where he worked alongside Michael Keaton. And again, if you remember James Gunn, he hates Michael Keaton as Batman for some reason.
Yeah.
I will tell you this, James Gunn, if it wasn't for the Tim Burton, Michael Keaton Batman movies, it wouldn't be that popular with superhero movies. That's some of the reasons why a lot of superhero movies became more popular at the time.
Which came first? Was it Batman or Blade?
Batman.
Okay, but they were both very poignant and helping build the comic things we see today. Both of them, you know, Batman being DC, that being Marvel, they were really where it started. And yeah, no, you can't deny that. So
Yeah. You know, exactly. Um, so no, Batman Tim Burton came first, and you know that layered a lot of how superhero movies is today. And after that, you know, we honestly, I don't think we would have gotten a Blade film either way if it wasn't for Batman. You know, that was one of the reasons. Well, a lot of more pop culture of heroes became more popular
yeah.
and remember, a lot of people were trashing Michael Keaton before they saw him as Batman, and when they saw him, they're like, "Oh shit, this is good." It's a good movie. It's a good, what they're doing. So yeah,
And that guy's a very good actor. And let's be honest, he's been in both the DC and the Marvel universe. So
yep,
don't forget,
he has.
he was J. Jonah Jameson in Spider Man. So
Yeah.
you know, and I
Well,
love his Jameson. Oh, I love his.
technically, Michael Keaton has also been in Marvel and DC
Yeah,
because he
no,
played,
exactly.
yeah,
In the Spider Man as well. So yeah,
yeah. So, of course, despite completing filming, the movie was never released, and Simonson himself hasn't even seen the final cut. That
And
sucks, dude.
that's sad. As a filmmaker, I always said if my dream is to get an A-frame house, but I want to have a basement and a side room where I can have a mini theater. And if I finish a film, I want to show it to the cast and invite the
Exactly.
cast over and here, watch it, but even before it's released. So the fact that they won't even show the cast of the film, that's BS. That's stupid.
Yep. Even if the movie was good or not, it's still stupid. It's
You want to
tragic.
show the people that actually worked on it at least. We have film watching things like indie films I've done. Like we get to watch it. But yeah, that's sad that you can't even see your own film. It's like, ugh.
Yeah. Exactly. So, addressing the situation, stated it's really weird. Apparently, there was a test screening audience that saw it, and it wasn't a situation where the test audience gave it terrible scores or anything like that. And that's also sad. When people watch it, it was nothing of audience score or anything like that, and they got to see the film, but the actors didn't.
Yeah, no, I've heard of that. Yeah, it's Hollywood's weird that way. So
Yeah. And it was clearly some kind of business decision when Batgirl came along, being able to be part of Batgirl's origin story was an exciting thing. When asked if he felt the project might fail during production, he replied, "We had a lot of fun making it, and we thought it was going to be a fun superhero movie. And the stuff I have heard, with the cast and characters, I'm just like, I want to see some of these characters, man. I
no,
really want to. We had oh, the guy from the Mummy,
trying to.
Brandon Fraser.
But he's actually, yeah, no, but okay, yeah, he's bulking up again recently for doing some new roles. But
Hmm.
brilliant actor. Watch School Ties. Enough said. That movie still cries.
Yeah.
I cry to that to this day.
Brandon Fraser, he played Firefly.
No.
And who's when I heard the way they made him in the movie, of Brandon Fraser, I want to see Brandon Fraser again. He's a fantastic actor,
Oh yeah.
and the way he talked about the character is just like he's a character that's a little bit misunderstood to a certain point,
Mm.
but it works.
Yeah.
The story I heard from him, I'm like, that's what I want in the characters that are a little bit misunderstood. This kind of lore, this kind of how it's written, right? And
Mm.
it's just like it sounded so good the way he talked about it, and it's just like that's my cup of tea of writing. You know, it really falls into my way of writing, and it's just so sad, man. Just it really is. It really is.
Mm, I agree.
So, of course, DC Studios co-CEO Peter Safran previously stated that the film was unreleasable, explaining that that film was unreleasable, and there's a lot of things that can happen. And actually, I think that David Zaslav and the team made a very bold and courageous decision to cancel it because it would have hurt DC. Okay,
Ah!
again. Okay, Peter Safran. You are a dumbass. For first of all, you work with James Gunn. Um, how is DC doing right now?
Actually, this last film is the lowest rated film ever they've had. Even
Yeah,
worse than Blue Beetle.
lower than the Flash, wasn't it, or
I
something?
think so, yeah. And
Yeah,
and even Blue Beetle, and like I said, me and Mike agree. Blue Beetle was actually fun. I actually didn't hate that. So, but yeah, no, it's
I
the
will say
worst.
I rewatched it not that long ago. Because I have rewatched the Black Adam, I rewatched Blue Beetle, and I'm like, it's not that terrible.
Grandma's
It's not that.
awesome. I love Grandma. She's kick ass. Oh,
I
she's funny
agree.
as heck.
I agree.
But yeah, no,
But
this is the worst film they've ever released. It's like, yeah,
so
so
then
just
I'm like, okay, so you guys think that the Batgirl would hurt DC?
no, no.
No, I hate to break it to you. Peter, James Gunn, a lot of the stuff you guys have been doing now is what has hurt DC.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I am sorry to break it to them with that. And it would have hurt the people involved, he claims.
Mm.
I do not think so. I do not think so. Um, but again, he's a dumbass. I could have said a lot of much worse words, but I try to be a little PG. I'm a Christian man, Christian man.
But
Uh,
it's the point of just like it was made, it's done. What are you gonna hurt? Wasn't this supposed to be released around the time Gunn was taking over? Wasn't it around that time?
something around there. I
I
think
think
so. It's so
that might have
long.
had something to do with it. I have a feeling he didn't want it out there because it wasn't really connected with his vision per se. So I have a feeling he probably had something to do with that. So I don't know.
Yeah. So of course, Brandon Fraser, the star of The Mummy, recently spoke with the Associated Press, offering a rare comment on the Batgirl film, which Warner Bros. Discovery abruptly canceled and shelved in 2022. He stated that the incident revealed a worrying industry phenomenon in Hollywood, where projects have come defined that burning them for insurance is more cost effective than releasing them to the audience. He just says a lot of what he means.
Mhm.
So, what do you think about what he said, Tom?
I, I, my brain. I've lost brain cells just knowing that the way they've done with this. So it just, I can't even speak right now. It's like it just makes me angry that it's just like I said. I believed this back when it happened. I think it had to do with God. I really think he had something to do with it because it's like it ties in. Look what he did with Peacekeeper, and then changing the endings and blah blah blah. And
Yeah.
and lying to the state. Henry's too old, and it was bullshit from the beginning. Excuse my language, but it was. And then I think he probably kiboshed this because it wasn't his work. It wasn't really part of his universe. And
Yeah.
then and look what his
But
universe became.
but
Garbage.
the funniest thing too is when James Gunn came out and said that The Flash is the best DC movie ever created,
Oh,
but
that
he
was the
does,
dumbest thing ever. Yeah. Yeah.
but he doesn't like Michael Keaton as Batman. So I don't. Why would you like the movie then? I thought you hated Michael Keaton and that kind of version of Batman. Oh, it's because you dumbed him down in the movie. All right, that's probably why you liked it. And then he decides to hire the guy who made The Flash.
It's like,
Yeah,
that
it's
movie
so.
was so bad. I'd never rewatch that again. I watched it once. I'm like, yep, not watching that again.
But I will say Sasha Kelly deserves justice as Supergirl. She did. I. That's the best part of the movie is Supergirl. She fits the role. She is a badass character. I feel bad for the actress because when everything got shelved because James Gunn, she also have lost her role because Sasha Kelly, who played Supergirl in the movie, signed in for a big deal of movies. And I would love to see her join up with Henry Cavill. They finally meet. You get a full story. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was. She wasn't the traditional visual Supergirl for me. The blonde hair, the skirt and everything. She had the different look. The purist of me didn't like the look. So I don't know. I mean, she was okay in the role, but it just the look threw me off. They were trying something different there. I liked Melissa in the role myself. A
Yeah,
lot
no,
of
I
people,
get you. Yeah, I
but
don't mind the look and how for me it fits in the Snyder universe. If you know
mm,
my drift, it fits in the Snyder universe of what he created and
yeah.
what would have gone forward in that universe. So in that universe, it would work. But in a brighter universe, yes, I agree with you. It should be different, right? But in that universe, it does fit in my view. And also good suit. I like that suit. I love Henry Cavill's suit too. No, stupid underwear outside.
I
But
will say, hey, Christopher Reeve is still the number one. But anyway, it's
yeah, no, I get you. I get you. But Fraser, who was set to play the villain Firefly, Garfield Lynch, in Batgirl, described the film process as a terrific fun, noted the production, compressiveness, and a massive scale. It was a whole movie. 4 floors of building in Galsco were dedicated to filming. A whole town. A whole building. A whole building with people. Local people and stuff like that. My drift,
Hmm.
where everything was dedicated for filming. Right? It's just amazing stuff, dude. I would even sneak into the art department just to satisfy my excitement, he recalled. Just listening to how excited he was to get this role and play this role, I'm just like, you really screwed this guy over, man. And he's one of the actors who really does not deserve that, because he's been screwed over in this Hollywood atmosphere for what happened to
he's
him.
he's a very humble guy, very humble, and I've always been a fan of Brendan for years. And like I said, to see his comeback, which he's doing now, he's actually getting jacked for, I think, for another film. It's like, wow, he's getting the best shape of his life again. So it's like, it's good to see Brendan at least doing good, and because he lost his way there for a while. He did that movie where he
Yeah.
gained all that weight. I forget the name of it, but it was it's a hard to watch film, but where he gained the weight and he was this gay, huge, fat character. He actually it affected his mental health doing that role. And I
Yeah.
can't. It's like, wow. And he just, then he was also in
And I watched his newest movie, the Rental Family thing, based in Japan and stuff like that. And oh
yeah.
man, I will say I shared a couple of tears here and there. It was just, again, he's just one of the top tier actors in that atmosphere. And what happened to him at the time of the assault thing that happened to him,
Mm.
and when he went away from Hollywood and all this kind of stuff. So it's just sad to see, that he was finally happy to have like another new role that he really enjoys just get taken away from him.
Hey, I remember when I first seen him. I'm pretty sure it was School Ties, and that film will chill you to the bone. That's one of his earlier roles with Damon Affleck and many other big names. It was back in
Yep.
'92. That's a powerful film, and ever since then, I mean, heck, he was in was it Legends of Tomorrow? Or no, what was it? No, it wasn't Legends.
Um.
Oh gosh, the
Oh,
other,
it was
the other,
Doomsday.
yeah, no,
No, Doom
it,
Patrol. Damn
Doom
it.
Patrol. I enjoyed that actually. That was so random and just it was fun. So
Yeah,
Matt,
I watch it mostly because of him. That's one
yeah,
of the reasons
yeah.
I watch it. I'm not particularly big fan of the show, but he was the reason I watched it because it
Oh
was
yeah,
fun
no,
having him back.
exactly.
But however, Warner Bros. Ultimately canceled the film, with the tax write-off reasons, as they try to claim.
What a bunch of BS.
Yes. And for him, what was most regrettable is that a generation of young girls would have their own female hero, a character they could relate to. Even Michael Keaton returned to play Batman. The actual Batman was on set. The project, or rather the content, was commodified to such an extent that burning it for insurance became more value than attempting to release it and let it compete in the market.
You
Yeah.
could have made money on it still. I don't see that's stupid. Like how there's more to it than that. I'm sorry. You could have released Blu-ray. You could have released digital. People would have
Yeah.
rented it. People would have,
People would.
But that's a cop out. I think there was more to it than they're letting on. But yeah.
Of course it is. And they claim it's this and that. Of course, we don't know everything that happens behind the scenes. We know the small things we do get here and there.
Yeah.
But we are smart enough to understand, that's the thing. We're smart enough to understand what's going on. We see the big picture and all that.
Mm.
And of course, you are right, with the James Gunn stuff. I have a feeling there's a lot of stuff going on. So of course, the cancellation of Batgirl in 2022 caused an uproar in the industry. Directors Adal Ali Arabi, or how you pronounce it. I sorry for
I don't know.
and Bilal. I have no clue how to pronounce the name. I am sorry. But of course, along with the star Leslie Grace, all expressed shock and disappointment. However, DC Studios, again, co CEO Peter Safran, dumbass, stated in 2023 that Batgirl did not possess the quality for release. And forcing its release could negatively impact the DC brand.
Mm.
Again, Peter, I have to tell you, how is DC doing right now?
Yeah,
How
you're
is it
kind of
going?
you're crapping the bed so bad. You know, even your
Exactly.
actress is mouthing off and hating the fans again, just like other actresses. Like, oh, she's gonna be queer. Oh, the fans are. Stop, stop, stop. Just shut up.
Yeah. But of course, we don't need to read the rest here. We know the drift, but still, it is a lot of more stuff behind the scenes, and it is stupid.
Yeah. Oh
And
yeah.
you have Peter trying to say, it will just destroy the brand. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, it's already been destroyed of what you guys are doing right now.
You're
And
tanking.
I honestly, I'm just gonna say sorry that I went on the bad the way everybody out there used to be with just trashing the movie before it was ever released or anything really happened just because
Mm.
of a picture and the small things that was said. That spiral is, we talked about a bit behind the scenes, that spiral is so stupid, because I was so involved with it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But w- again, I have learned more about the story, what the actors have said about it, and this is like a short documentary about the movie, seeing behind the scenes, seeing more of the story, what it could have been. The movie is finished, and I'm just like, just release it, just release the Batgirl film. I want to see it. I know a lot of people want to see it, and it is a sad thing. It is, lost media, as it's called. It's lost media that could
Now,
have been fun
did
to watch.
did they destroy the actual physical things and the digital copies? I wonder. It sounds like they did for insurance. It doesn't exist anymore. I wonder. You
Yeah,
know.
if that's what they really have done, it's so stupid.
Yeah, I mean, and that we can go into a whole nother thing about why physical media needs to stay. That's something a big battle going on in the world right now. You know how digital just you're going to lose stuff in the future. There'll be no media anymore.
Yep,
But
exactly.
anyways, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So no, yeah, maybe some of these people have the movie if they try to burn it away, but I guess some people have it. And I'm gonna say it like this: if there's any people that likes to leak movies and stuff like that, you know what to do, man. You know what to do. Just telling
Well,
you.
remember, even though I think the word came out now, a certain Deadpool film, the first one, sitting on the bridge, that was Ryan, I guess, that leaked that because
He was some percent that it wasn't him. It was
yeah,
funny the way he talked about it.
yeah, but let's be honest, studio didn't want to touch it. They don't want to read it. They leaked it. It was one of the highest grossing film.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
Ryan's like, yeah, no, bite me. I should, like somebody in the studio head should just release it anyway. Just if it exists, put it out there. Just put a
Exactly, Tom.
teaser or something. But
So people who does this kind of stuff, you know what to do.
yeah.
You know what to do. But other than that, Batgirl, um, release it. We want the Batgirl movie. But other than that, you mentioned, physical media and stuff like that. So, we both are gamers. We like to games. We like to game a lot of stuff. We like to
Mm.
have fun while we play games. We like to chill with some
Oh, it's not
games.
even chilling to me. Gaming is similar to music. Gaming is my mental escape. It also
Of
puts me.
course.
It calms me down. If I get angry, very bad, or depressed, I'll game because it escapes to a
Yeah.
different. To me, it's going to a different world. It's like I can exist in that world
Yeah.
for a while. So yeah, yeah.
So we do have make physical games with GOG. You don't need a storefront's permission to play what you bought.
Hmm.
Interesting. Really interesting. So, for many collectors and gamers, it's frustrating and anxious time. Console prices are rising. Oh, it is. I've seen, we both have seen. I saw you also, you posted about it too. The prices, man, for PlayStation 5, bro.
Okay, yeah.
Oof.
PlayStation 1, 2, 3, and 4 eventually all went down in price, 30 to 50%. And I would usually buy it because it's cheaper. And I was never been rich. Boom. The PS5 has never gone down in price. It's only gone up by like 30 to 50%. It's actually gone up. That's why I don't own one. PS4 will be the last console I own. Yeah, yeah. So, and gaming, I'm sorry, digital media should be half price as physical.
Right.
I'll swear by
Yeah.
that. It's a code. You're just code. There's no physical product. You have to develop, make, ship, pay stores to sell it for you. No, you're just selling code. Why is that
It's
the
just
same
a
price?
code.
It's actually more expensive now because game prices went up. Like GTA, $100. No, it should be like 50. I'm sorry. No, 40 to 50. That's it.
Exactly.
So yeah.
Exactly. You know, the certain games I will pay a little bit for is more of the independent creators out there who work on a budget and try to get their creation out there. That's the people I rather give some of my money to, you know, because a lot of them makes a lot of good stuff. And I do want to say hail to the Comic Relief Crusader. Get a new PC, bro.
I love
I
you,
love you, buddy. We love
brother.
you. But I hope you are doing good, man. I hope you're doing good. It's so great to see you, man. I do miss you, man. I do miss you. So he said, "Sup, dudes? Right now we are talking about some game. You know, we are talking about some games." And he said, "Dudes, good to see you." And shut up, eh? That is sweet of you. That
Now,
is
who
sweet of
was the
you.
one who made Cyberpunk and also The Witcher? I'm blanking out.
Red CD Project Red.
CD Red. Yeah, I consider them kind of not a major. They are now, but it was The Witcher that really put them there. But they were an underground studio for years, and sadly, a lot of new studios are getting shut down. But Microsoft, there's a big layoff and blah blah blah. But that's a different story. I could go on about that. It's just there's a lot of studios are dying now, even more so. It's just the gaming industry is at a really low right now. So
Yeah. So Comic Relief Crusader said, "I'll get a new computer when I win the lottery."
don't worry, I'm
With
still
the
working on it.
question
We're
mark.
gonna get you one, and
Yeah, we need
yeah.
to, man. We need to get help you, man. But so good to see you. But I agree with you, Tom. With the whole games, man. It should be lower price. It really should. But it's not gonna happen anytime soon. And it's like I said, if I'm gonna spend a little bit more money on certain games, I'm gonna do that on independent game creators out there. I've been part of the world of doing independent games. I know the process. I know all the deeds with that, and we work on a budget. We are not a multimillionaire company with a lot of money to make the best things in the world that people go ballistic over with 4K quality. You know what I mean? But we
Well,
try our best, a lot of us. And of course, some stuff gets better and better with technology, but still, we work on a budget.
Well, the PS3 and PSP store is going down in the next year. It's slowly going to start going down in different parts of the country this year and next year in North America. I've already grabbed some of the. There's a lot of indie games that I had on my wish list over on PlayStation. I've moved them over to, except for one, it's delisted. I moved them over to Steam. Again, digital because some of them never existed physically. So they'll go lost in time. A lot of those games. There's one game. It
Yep.
was Mercury HQ or HG. I wanted to play that. I loved it. Now I don't have it, and it's been delisted, so nobody will ever see that game anymore. I'll never get to fully play it. It's like, oh my
Yep.
gosh! Again, game preservation is dying because of this stuff. Because you can't have it on disc; it's all digital. Well, that's games will go missing.
Exactly, Tom. Exactly. So, let's see here. Games are becoming more expensive. Physical media is slowly dying, thanks to Sony's announcement to end physical media production in 2028, but it looks like you can make physical games with GOG. As a company bashes Sony and highlights their position as DMR-free PC gaming platform.
Hmm.
In the recent post on X, the company pushed their thoughts on the recent trend to focus on digital media, saying, download the offline installer of any of your games on GOG, save it to a disk, and it's forever yours.
Yeah, yeah, I thought about doing that. I don't have
Yep.
and many blank discs right now, but if I ever did, I would do that. So yeah, yeah.
But, they are pushing this now. And, if GOG does this, a lot of other companies, out there like that is going to try to do that. And, I think it's great. It's a way to fight back too, you know?
One company that I think needs to do it, Steam. Steam has a
Yeah.
because I moved a lot of my games from Steam to GOG that I can't, but some of them aren't on GOG. They're limited, so some of them are still on Steam. And
Yep.
Valve is a massive company. To me, if they do it, everybody I think will follow because
Yeah.
Valve is massive. So if Steam
Yep.
can do that, but like I said, I moved most of my wish list to GOG, but there's some games I can't. So I'm like, I got to get it
Yeah.
on Steam. Like Cyberpunk, you can
Yeah.
get on GOG, which I'm waiting to get that. So I want to get it
Yeah.
again on that. But yeah,
Yeah, no, exactly, exactly. And I think this is a great trend that is gonna go forward. And I think more and more companies should do this. And it's a way, again, it's a way to fight back against the big people who doesn't want you to own a game. They want
yeah,
you to
exactly.
rent the game for a big price.
Streaming
So
service, stream, cloud, rent it on a
exactly.
monthly basis, and
Exactly, Tom. So again, do it. Just do it. Do this trend.
oh, and by the
Um,
way, just quickly, don't forget on Xbox and PlayStation, and I think even Nintendo, you got to pay a monthly fee to play online games. PC, you don't; it's free. I learned that with Destiny. Now I play
yep.
Destiny on PC because I don't have to pay a monthly fee. You got to buy the DLC, blah blah blah, but
Yep.
not to play online. It's all free.
A lot
Hello.
of this big console stuff there. Yep. Yep. I know.
Yeah,
And it is so stupid that you have to be able, if you want to be able to play online on those
you gotta
consoles,
pay monthly. Yeah,
you have to pay monthly then. If you pay, yes, you're allowed, man. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip that. Yeah,
yeah,
that I am gonna skip. So of course they said you don't need a storefront's permission to play what you bought, and I agree. When I spend my money on a game, I want to own that game, and that game is mine. And
yeah.
that's also why I like physical media, because then I can put it in my shelf. It's mine. I can play it when I want. You know, we say there's a day I just want to lay in bed and I just want to pop in the game. You know, or all that kind of stuff. It's nice, man.
And
You
and
know,
and do I have digital media? Yes, 100%. I
yeah,
mean,
of
because
course, we all
sometimes you
do.
have to because a lot of these games don't even get released online and stuff. But
Exactly.
but let's be honest. What if? And this is it'll never happen. It could. What if the internet ever went down? There was no internet anymore.
Yeah,
Then you're
exactly.
screwed. And it'll never happen. Never say never.
Never say never on that, man.
So I want discs still. It's
Yep.
you have to have them.
And
So
we are
yeah.
collectors, man. We are collectors too.
Yes.
We like to see it in our shelf, and
Plus,
we we say you have a friend night. You invite some buddies over, going through the games or Blu-rays, like, oh shit, man, you have that game. I've not seen that for many years. That's cool. You have this amazing, friendship with people and having a great time just looking over games or Blu-rays or DVDs. You know what I mean?
oh wait, what's even better? And I recently did this. I have on my PS4. I have Titanfall 2. I love that GitHub game. I lent it to a friend. He played it and he returned it and he loved it. And I can go play it again. You can lend it to a friend. It's funny.
Right.
It's funny that
But you
PlayStation
cannot
did
do
that.
that with a code. You cannot
Yeah,
do
it's
that with a
funny that
code.
place. Remember when PlayStation did that when Xbox was introducing the DRM stuff, and it's kind of funny. They're total hypocrites now because they're the complete opposite of what they were saying they were doing back with was it PlayStation 3, I think it was, and the Xbox, because they were gonna
Yep.
or no, it's like wow, you hypocrites. So
Yep. Yeah, no, exactly, Tom. Exactly. Again, we always bring up this when we talk about the good old days of gaming. And, again, I miss the old stores. You say you have owned a game for a couple of years, you played it, you're kind of tired of it, you kind of want something new. And you could just bring the disc and you could go to the store and I want to give this in. And then you can go to the other section there with a lot of selection of different games.
Now,
And
of
then
course,
you
GameStop would screw you over and they'd give you hardly anything for it, but you could still at least do that and trade
Yeah,
5 games in for one. But you can't even do that now. Once you get a digital game, I can't sell that or trade it or lend it. No, you're no. It's like, wow.
exactly, Tom. And recently, I have been, we have, something called Finn in Norway. It's a website of used, games,
Mm,
clothing, and other, it's a secondhand place, right?
yeah.
So, I am almost there every day now. And, I'm looking for DVDs, I'm looking for Blu rays, games, consoles. And, I find so many good things of good collectors out there.
Oh
I
yeah.
found someone who lives in my area, and I don't understand how he has so many damn movies and games and manga. Like, he has everything that I look for. And I'm
Mm.
like, this is what I love, man. Collectors that,
Uh,
also has a lot, they sell, and it's like you find stuff. I recently bought an old DVD set of all the Battlestar Galactica, the remake version that many people don't like, but I like it. And
yeah.
it's a big box of metal, with the bad guy he's on. It's just like a really cool design of Cyclone and everything like that. And then
Mm.
you have all the discs inside, even the movie and stuff like that. I'm like, dude, I'm not seeing that for many years. And I'm happy I can own it. It's physical. I can look at it. I can have it in my shelf. It's just a great time.
It's tangible. It's in my hands. I can play it. I don't need the internet. There you go. It's like just yeah.
Exactly. So
Oh.
so yeah, we might get Comic on. He said we need to hold on a little. He might pop in.
But yeah, like I said, GOG. I've had Epic, GOG, and Steam for years for PC, and then just recently with all this stuff going on, I've moved my basic wish list. Like I still want to get Skyrim again on GOG because I want to play the PC version because it looks beautiful. I want to play Cyberpunk 2077 on PC because I can't even get my expansion on the PS4 version. You need a PS5 to play the expansion. Like screw that. Horizon
Yeah.
Forbidden West. I want to play that because I love Zero Dawn. And I'm actually going
It's
to
it
rebuy
still
Zero
makes
Dawn.
no sense to me that, yeah, they don't have it on PlayStation 4, man. It's so stupid.
Yeah, no. So that's why I moved it over to GOG. GOG does have the ultimate version for Cyberpunk. I'm like, yeah, okay, I get that on that wish list, and they go on sale too. And that's why I like. You'll find sales with PlayStation now. No physical media, they can direct their sales, and they don't have hardly any sales on PlayStation. I was like, no. So
Yeah, they
luckily,
don't.
those indie games I seen on there, I found most of them except for the one that's delisted on Steam. Went on GOG, but I got them. I'm like, and some of them are like $2-3. Like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get these indie games like Dusk and a few other really
No,
fun ones.
exactly. And they
So
want us to go all digital, right? And they want you to buy, the newest consoles of Xbox and PlayStation that is so expensive, right? But then again, as I have said, you can buy a super good computer for less.
yeah,
You can buy, and then
well,
you,
I will debate you on that. Nowadays, with the current RAM apocalypse, it might cost you an
yeah,
arm and
no,
a
I
leg.
get you, but
But I know what you're
I
saying,
get,
100%.
yeah,
Yeah.
of course, but it's better to just buy a computer instead.
Oh, you can do so much more. Exactly. Way
A
better.
lot more.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Um, and I've been on the Finn. I've been on Finn, the secondhand place, and I see a lot of great computers out there for cheaper money that can play all the games in 4K. That's a lot cheaper than the PlayStation 5.
Well, and I'm going to say this. Remember, Ubisoft says you're going to own nothing and like it. Remember, they did that a few years ago.
Yep, they
You
did.
start not owning your games. Well, that's where the saying came. Well, if his purchase isn't an ownership, then pirating isn't stealing.
Exactly.
And I someday when I want to get a used PS5. I will find something eventually. I'm going to mod it. screw it. I'm gonna mod it, and
Yeah.
screw it. Because if you guys are gonna screw us, I'm gonna, I'll just get a used
Yeah.
PlayStation
And
5.
and comic said on disc or nothing. And
See now,
he
yeah.
also said I wish I had time to game. So
See,
sad.
luckily, I'm just a single guy, and I get, mind you, I haven't gamed in 3 weeks. I haven't because I've been concentrating my filming. But no, I plan on getting back into gaming here soon. But yeah, it's
Yeah, no, I get you. But no,
yeah.
I'm gonna say this, I have the Xbox Series and stuff like that.
No,
Um, I'm not gonna buy the next Xbox that comes out. I really don't.
the Helix,
Um,
yeah.
it's no point mostly for me anymore if when because of the way every console is going. Um, I'm just gonna keep the series. And if I ever gonna buy a new series, oh, I can just go on Finn and find it, cheaper than the
Well,
stores. Oh well, I hate to break it to you. In Norway, you can also barely not get that either, or PlayStation 5. Barely in stores. It's they don't sell
well,
it
let's
90%
be
of the
honest.
time. But
The Helix and the PS6 are going to be over $1,000. They've pretty much announced it with
yeah,
no
I
disc
know.
players. Over 1,000.
Yeah,
I'm like, I can build a basic computer, not a great one, but still a good one for
yeah,
that
no,
much easily.
exactly.
So,
I rather spend extra money to get a super good computer, man.
oh well, I've been pricing computers because now computers are going to be a thing of the past in 5 years. I got to get a top of the line, a 9070. It's not the 5090, but a 9070. That's the AMD top card.
And bring
It's
back the disc on PC. That's the only thing I want.
Well, I still have a Blu-ray burner in mine, so and I have a separate disc player elsewhere put away. So yeah, no, it's I make sure I have a disc player in mine. That's old though. No.
Yeah, and when I had to, after my PC died, I had to, get a new one. No disc player, because you
You can
can.
buy externals though. You can
Yeah, you
mint them.
can. You
Yeah,
can.
yeah,
I
yeah.
am gonna do that. But other than that, GOG is a non-physical storefront, which mean you can't get a disc from the company, but what you can do is buy a game and put it into a physical media and put it on a physical media yourself for your own safekeeping and collection, similar to burning a CD with music you have bought. And that's true, and
I've
again,
never done that. Yeah, right.
never. And I'm gonna say it again like this, I'm sorry to the consoles and stuff like that, but if I purchase something digital and don't own it, well, I have no problem going to GOG and get that over to a disc and put it in my shelf. I can get the covers made. I know where to get it. I know people who does it.
Oh yeah, same
So
here.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
so it doesn't matter then I will get it physical, man. Hate to break it to you. At
yeah.
some point, as I told you, I got the Rebel Moon movies um, from certain people with great covers and all that you also want, and I'm going to help you get. But again, more and more people are going to do that too at some point, with the games.
Hmm.
So it's going to become bigger and bigger with all that.
Oh, it is. It is.
Exactly. So, of course, Game Radar compared it to Steam, where you need to be logged into your account to access your
I
library.
hate that.
Yeah. While GOG gives you a downloadable installer for every game, letting you do what you will. The only hiccup is that this is for PC players only, and not every game is PC. That is unfortunately true. Even though seen people, know people that can make certain games that are not on PC to PC platform. It's just a lot of stuff you have to do, but it is a possibility to
There's
do
ways
it.
around it. No, I can do some of that myself, but yeah, but majority now. I know PlayStation. Funny enough, they're actually going to stop exclusives, and I think Xbox will. But Xbox is Microsoft, so you'll always be able to get that on PC anyway. Anything Xbox wise.
Yeah,
Sony, they did have a section where they started, like you said, Horizon series, the Spider-Man ones. They're all over there. So now they're going to stop doing it. Well, I don't care.
yeah,
Yeah, I had to get the ones that Ghost of Shitsuma, which I do have on my wish list because I have it for PlayStation 4, but I want to get the PC version because I love that game. So it's like, yeah,
exactly.
yeah.
I know exactly, Tom. So no, there is ways around it, and if you know how to do it, then just do it. Then
Hmm.
download that into discs too. So And with the recent news that exclusives are making a comeback, and I will always say this, I hate exclusives.
Yeah, so do I.
I think it is stupid. It's like, yes, if I see a game I really want to play, I am sorry, but I'm not gonna buy the console just for one game.
Like I remember I was a PlayStation at first, but I was never a fanboy, and I used to work security. And at night they had an Xbox there, original one. I was like, Halo's awesome. I love this. So I got into Halo. I'm like, okay, I love Halo now. It's just such a fun game. And then I end up buying. I have the Master Chief Collection for PC now. So, and I'm actually planning on streaming it on my other channel down the road. And I am going to get the last one just because just say I have them all. So,
Yeah.
but
And with Halo, I will do a small announcement. I do like the TV show. Not perfect, but I like it. So,
but,
Tom,
but
I'm not gonna bother you anymore. I'm gonna be nice. You were
but
right.
there was rumors that they're bringing that over to PlayStation too. But I'm like, well, I don't have to worry about that. I already have the Master Chief Collection on Steam. Actually, I own it. I've owned it for over a while now. But it's like
Exactly.
but I have the original discs too, actually, in the back room for the Xbox 360 and the original Xbox Halo
Yep.
Combat Evolved. I have the original one, so it's like So I mean, it's again the physical media. So
Yep. And comic said, just
just do
do
it,
it.
just do it, yeah, do it.
Exactly. So that means you are going to be missing out on some games eventually. Well, again, as we said, there are ways around it. I will just say I do have a friend who has a certain emulator. I'm not gonna say what is in case.
Hmm.
But when he popped it up and showed games, I'm like, that's a lot of games that is just like for Xbox and PlayStation. I'm like, that is cool, dude. That he actually got it on computer, you know?
Nice. Oh yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, but for those that still want to grow their collection before the swift turn to digital media, this is a great answer. It is. The other downside is if live service games shut down. Uh, it's true, which has become more and more of a problem lately. While this option isn't going to solve all the issues, if something that collectors and gamers can try for now while pushing back against the journey toward only digital media.
I'll
And that
bring a
is
quick
true.
example. I'll bring a quick example up quickly. The game The Crew. I loved it. It was a card game, but it's a huge world. You can't play the original one. I have the disc. It's just a flying saucer because you can't play it. It's like because they removed the online and it was a disc, but there it's an online service game. So you can't play it anymore.
Yeah.
They got sued for
And,
that. Now
and,
I
and
have The
that is
Crew
also
too.
a big problem in the gaming. And since we are talking about the gaming industry, the live service stuff is so annoying. I
Look,
don't like it that much, man.
I I was not a fan. Then I was introduced to Destiny 1 on PS3 and I was hooked. And I have thousands of hours in Destiny 1 and 2, you know. And funny enough, Bungie is keeping you can still play Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 is done this month. They're officially not making anything more after this month. That's it. But they said we're going to keep it online, just like Destiny 1. So far, Bungie's been good on their
Yeah.
word on that. So I can still go play, which I sometimes pull out
It's like
Destiny
I
1.
say, certain games are made as an MMO in
Yeah.
that kind of sense. And those games I do understand if they get shut down, that I totally understand because they are made to be an MMO.
Yeah.
For, but still, it is a lot of games, are becoming more and more live service games. And I don't like the trend that a lot of games become like that.
Well, a good example. Let me give a good example. My buddy used to play City of Heroes. That's an older PC online world game. They shut it down. The fans went nuts. They brought it
Of
back. They had
course.
to. They brought it back. They won. So servers, the fans actually brought their servers, and no. So you can actually play it again. City of Heroes, which I played a couple of. It's actually not bad. It's fun. But yeah, they brought it back. The fans fought, and I think I like Destiny. I don't ever see that going away. The fans will develop their own servers and keep that up. But I think Bungie's been good that way. But for certain live service games, they
Yeah.
have such a fan base. But the crew, I think they're getting sued for that one. I think was it Ubisoft? Maybe it was. But I own both of them, the crew and the crew two. You can still play two. I don't think they want to dare take that offline after the lawsuit they're getting for one. Because they're like, yeah, you got the game. Oh, we can't play it no more. Yeah. So It's
Yep.
now if some of them go away, like the Justice League one, I don't care. I don't ever want to see that again. So
Yeah, no, no, I get you, man. I'm just sitting here waiting for Swatter to finally die, to be honest. I am a veteran gamer of Swatter. I stopped playing it because of the whole shenanigans of them changing everything. The stories gets worse and worse. They don't know what they're doing anymore. They want you to spend more money on everything. You can
yeah.
barely get any cool armor now in the game itself. They want you to buy all the armor with real money, buy credits and buy the armors you want. That's based on movies and TV shows that people don't care about. And also that you are not allowed. This is the thing. You say you have old armor you have gotten from back in the day that is like powerful and good, right?
Yeah, yeah.
You are not allowed to use them if you don't pay.
Yeah, I've seen Destiny has been known to do things like that. Not as bad, but they do stuff like that
Yeah.
too.
You are
So,
not even allowed to run in the game if you don't pay a subscription.
yeah, that's stupid. That's like
That
that's
is,
overdue. Yeah,
yeah.
I can't do that. That's you can do whatever that. Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
hate
You're
that.
not
So
allowed to run in the game if you don't pay. It's come on, dude. it's So no, they are slowly dying. BioWare stopped caring about it. They just said F the game. They gave it to, the new owners. The original one. He was one of the original people to create KOTOR, SWALTER, and stuff like that. They're called Board Sword or Bard Sword, Board Sword or whatever it's called. Board Sword, yeah, whatever. But they took over. The guy who runs it is one of the original SWALTER, KOTOR guys, but it's like they don't care really about the game. They care about only money, money, continue with the money thing.
yeah.
And when I saw Swatter dying slowly with certain things, also is that they release half of a DLC. They don't finish any DLC. You get like half of a DLC that lasts like one day. You can play the whole DLC in one day because it's so
Hmm,
short, because they don't
yeah.
release the full thing because, oh, we're not done. And then you almost have to wait 6 years on the next DLC. And it's not really a new DLC, it's just the second part of the DLC. So that's what
See
they've
that
been doing for so many years.
That's why single player games sometimes are awesome. Like, look at there, a community. It's not even an online MMO. Skyrim has grown so much over the years just by
Yep.
modding. Modding. If you ever seen Skyrim now, it's a beautiful looking game. The modder, that's the community because they never give up on it. You can go back and play Skyrim. It's a totally different game than it was years ago and stuff. So communities exist out there. And little side note, by the way, and the same use of Bethesda. Did you hear that Fallout got sold back to Obsidian? So they're now in charge of
Yep.
Fallout again. So I'm pumped on that. So maybe they're gonna maybe redo Fallout.
Might
So
might do
may.
something with it. Hopefully, do
Well,
something
that's the
great.
originators. That's the ones that But anyway, but yeah, no. It's just like I said. So far, I'm lucky. I can still go black pay Destiny. I have to rebuy the
Yeah.
DLCs for PC, but when someday I know. But I still love playing it, and I can put my disc in. Well, actually, I probably can't now because it's PlayStation. I don't have PS Plus, but my Destiny One, I used to be able to put it in because I had all the DLCs. So, but
Yeah.
again, I moved to PC because it's free to play online. Yay!
Yep. And also with that, we have to mention this. We talked about music. We love music.
Well,
You know,
yeah.
we love music. We love Michael Jackson. Rest in peace to the king. Not just king of pop, king of music, because he was more than just pop, as I always say. He was a genius.
He loved
And me and
rock and
you,
roll. He liked heavy. I mean, people forget Billie Jean. One of my all-time favorite guitarists was the guitarist on Billie Jean, aka Eddie Van Halen. So
yes.
if I,
And both of us, we have seen the biopic. Unfortunately, of course, there's a lot of things removed from the movie
they
because
actually
of
mentioned Van Halen though. It's like they
yeah,
said Van Halen. Aha! They did slowly mention it.
yeah.
So,
But unfortunately, a lot of things were cut. A lot of drama behind the scenes because of lawsuit stuff and shit like that.
hmm.
But the movie, eh, for finally, it came up. It's not the best thing ever because so many stuff were removed, but it was still a great movie.
Oh
It
yeah.
was still a great biopic. You really got into Michael Jackson's mind and who he was. And this is what I've been defending for so many years who Michael was. This is what I've been talking about who he
Same
was.
here. Yep. People laughed at me or said things. Nope, nope. And I never faltered. I always stayed the course because
And
it's just
I
yeah.
will give a big, huge kudos to Jafar Jackson, who is nephew of Michael,
Mm,
who also he sounds really similar to Michael because he has the vocals.
yeah.
But people have to remember, he didn't get the role just because he was a Jackson. He fought for the role to be Michael Jackson. He practiced and practiced. He even dropped his whole solo album. He said, F this album that he created. I'm lucky I do have the album on my PC because it
Yeah.
got, leaked. Luckily for me, because I wanted to hear his music and I like his music. But he decided to say, screw this album. He's going to focus on the movie
Mm,
and do this for his uncle.
yeah.
And I'm really happy that this movie did hit 1 billion.
Yep.
Well deserved. This movie deserves it, and you can also watch it now out there. I recommend you do. The movie is still going in cinema in certain places. I know in Norway it's still going in the cinema.
Yeah.
It's one of the
Sadly, not here.
that is really sad to hear. But the movie has done well, and I'm so happy with that. So, according
Oh,
to VR,
before you start, let me age myself. See that picture? That was at the MTV Awards. That was when he first did Billie Jean and did the moonwalk, and everybody. I watched
yep,
that live. I have that on VHS. I recorded that live that night when it was on because I was a fan even before that. So it's like, yeah, I have that on VHS put away somewhere. It's like, oh yeah, because I remember watching it. It was on MASH is on there because I used to like the TV show MASH, and then I had that MTV episode. I was like, I'm recording Michael because I had to go to bed early. So mom could record it. And I watched it the next day on the VHS. It's like, oh yeah. I'm old.
exactly.
I'm old. Anyway, continue.
And, it is amazing. But of course, according to VRT, the Michael Jackson biopic has officially surpassed 1 billion at the global box office. The achievement marks the latest in a string of records of Antonio, I cannot pronounce his name, Antoni, directed drama, which has constantly exceeded in the industry's expectations and defied critics' negative reviews. A
Mm,
lot of the negative reviewers were already Michael Jackson haters. A lot of them. I
no.
have seen a lot of those reviews, and I will say, some people should not be on the internet because wow, they are disgusting.
Yep.
But since opening in April, starring Jafar Jackson in his feature film, remember, it's also his first acting role, and
Mm,
that's impressive. Like I said, he practiced, he did everything in his power to make this good and play Michael, his uncle. And the feature film debuted as his famous uncle Michael, has become one of the biggest theatrical. Fuck, I cannot talk. I talk too fast, but you know my drift. Um, Biggest releases, success stories of 2026. By the numbers, the film has earned 371.8 million dollars. It's pretty good. And then other
domestically, yeah.
domestically, yes, and another 629.8 million dollars internationally. That is amazing. Bringing its worldwide total to 1 billion, and of course one at the end, dollars. Um, yep, dollars. Michael is only the second film release this year to reach the milestone following the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Also a great movie. If you
Yeah, it
have
was
kids,
fun.
watch that
Yeah.
movie.
Oh,
My
now
kids
you didn't have kids.
absolutely
Just
loved it.
if you like Super Mario and Nintendo, watch it. It's
Yeah, in
fun.
general, of course.
Yeah, I loved it.
I gave it, I highly enjoyed the movie. I'm not a big Mario fan, but seeing my kids enjoy the movie was the highlight of that day. We had a great time, me and the family. But Michael keeps shattering records, and it's just going and going. Open to a record-breaking $97 million domestically and $217 millions worldwide, setting new opening week records for both music biopics and biopic films overall. Strong word of mouth helped fuel impressive staying power through its release. The film also demonstrated unusually small week to week declines, allowing it to continue setting box office milestone well beyond its opening month. So I'm happy some places still show it. I'm sad it doesn't, down there, of course. Um, so of course they talk about, in June, Michael became the highest grossing music biopic of all time. The record previously been held by the 2018's Bohemian Rhapsody, the Queen biopic. Also a really good movie.
Oh, I loved it. I love because I'm a
Um,
diehard Queen fan too. So yeah, it was
yeah,
like,
yeah, no, I love
and
Queen.
Freddie's a hard
Yes.
one. Like, and Freddie is one of the greatest singers of all time, in my opinion, for his voice.
And
He
the
could do
only
things.
man he liked was himself because everyone he hooked up with looked like him. Of,
But his voice, like he could do
yeah, he had a
operatic,
great
he could do
voice.
rock, like just pure power and
Yeah,
just
just
oh.
amazing
And
voice.
I think whatchamacallit did a great job playing him too. I forget the actor's name right now, but he did a good
Yeah.
job.
Oh, yeah. I remember. I don't remember his name right at the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
moment, but yeah, yeah. But of course, which finish its release run with 911 million dollars worldwide, and many analysts believe that the pre-pandemic benchmark would be different, if impossible, not impossible, to surpass today's releases in this environment, of course. Unlike superhero franchises or a long-running action series, biopics typically depend on adult audience and have historically generated far less revenue overseas. That made the predictions of $1 billion finish seem especially ambitious when Michael first entered the theaters. And of course, it opened, once the film opened in Japan, and Japan did a whole big thing about this movie. If you go
Mm.
to YouTube, just you see a lot of great stuff with the movie, what they did. The conversation largely shifted from whether Michael would reach 1 billion to when. With international markets accounting nearly two-thirds of the worldwide gross, King of Pop's global appeal has once again proven the major box office force. Exactly. Now the film has surpassed Christopher Nolan's Oscar-winning Oppenheimer.
Hmm.
Yeah, surpassed it. And a lot of people liked Oppenheimer. I did not. It
I
was
did,
fine.
but I like the story of the atomic
Yeah,
bombs.
I like the story. The story, real story. But
Watch Trinity. That's actually hosted by William Shatner. It's a
yeah,
documentary on oh, brilliant. But yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway.
it's just that I don't like Christopher Nolan as much. But which earned $975 million worldwide, becoming the first biopic in cinema history to cross the 1 billion mark. So yeah, it surpassed it. That's a big win. But again, a huge win for Lionsgate, even after all the troubled road they've had, as I mentioned earlier. It's been a hell show with everything they had to do.
Hmm.
So that includes, extensive reshoots and a year release delay. Michael became a massive success for Lionsgate, and it stands as the studio highest grossing release ever, surpassing every film, both Hunger Games and Twilight. That was apparently really big.
It
Um,
was. I don't know why, but anyway.
yes,
Uh,
teenage girls.
I've seen every Twilight film because don't ask why. I love
Yeah,
vampires. I had to give it a shot. No, I just
no,
never
no,
again.
you
Never
don't like the
again.
sparkling vampires.
Nope.
Yep. That's another story for another day. But while delivering one of the biggest hits in the company's history, And of course, let's talk a little bit more here. So during the studio's quarterly earnings call in May, Lionsgate's motion picture group chairman Adam Fogelson confirmed that a sequel is already in development. But I do want to say Jafar Jackson kind of said it first because
Yeah,
he did an
yeah.
interview and kind of said a little bit too much. And this is what was also talked about before the release of Michael. That is, since they had to shorten the movie and stuff like that, because of the legal suit and stuff like that, they had in the plans, if this movie can succeed and it can win people over and stuff like that, they will continue the story of Michael because they filmed practically almost 4 hours of just film. It's like, even if
Yeah.
it's not even more, you got one of the scenes people were supposed to get to see was when all the FBI, police, whatever, came to his house, stripped him naked, and everything like that. So this is the thing: is that the next part of the movie is kind of already shot.
So let's
Most
be
of
honest.
it is
Without giving anything away, it ended around the Bad album. That was the pretty much where it ended. Like there, bam,
yes,
and now you're going to continue from that album on for the rest of the story. I'm like, good,
yes,
because there's a
because
lot
you were
still
gonna
more to.
get to the final days of Michael.
Yeah.
You were supposed to get the whole picture of Michael, and they filmed all these scenes. I remember watching pictures from behind the scenes. They created Neverland again and everything. The whole big thing at the time when the FBI, police, and everything came to his house, and they talked about the scene and how people want to see it. How it was. And as they explained it, it's a real tearjerker on that scene. Like that's the highlight of tear jerks in the movie because Jafar Jackson played it so realistically, right?
Oh
That
yeah, yeah.
it felt so real. Um, so half of the movie is the rest of the movie is practically shot, all of it. Maybe they will come in, do some reshoots here and there to add something more, of course. But I am happy that the sequel is in development. That is what I was waiting for. And yeah, what I only have to say, the next movie cannot be Michael Part 2. It has to be Jackson. So for us collectors, so we can have the physical
Physical
disc.
media.
Yes.
Full
So we can
circle.
have Michael and Jackson, right? So we have the full name, two discs on side of each other, just
And
perfect.
I'm going to say this now. Like we had that part of the story, but after the Bad album, he started getting even deeper into storytelling and wanting to change a difference. Earth Song was written after that for the Dangerous album. Then he started writing a lot more political stuff. People don't realize he spoke out against a lot of stuff of injustices and many things, and that's when he was starting to even get. And I think government was getting scared of him. But anyway, I can
Yes, a
go
lot
into
of
yeah.
people were scared of him. And I will always say this, no matter what people say out there, Michael didn't die. He got killed.
Just like John Lennon, I believe both of them. John had so much power too. He was government hated him because he was against war. Just Michael was against famine, war, and all that. It's just certain people that have power. Government don't like you. So anyway,
Yep.
yeah.
And he was their scapegoat when they did something bad. And we all know what we're I think most people know what we're, thinking about.
Hey, the files came out said that he was protecting them. But anyway, I can yeah.
Yes, yes, no, I understand. I totally understand you. It took a long time, right?
Some
Promises, promises.
I know.
But again, I'm looking forward to the second part. I know it's gonna be emotional. I know it's gonna be raw and emotional with the second part
Yeah.
because that's when the life became harder for Michael. And I'm happy the movie was a win. The music charge, they also went up, with the music. Spotify blew up with Michael. So really happy about that. So of course he said we are really excited about the progress we are making with the respect of the second Michael film. He told investors all the conversation that we have been having with all of our appropriate parties continue to go especially well. So what's next? Whether another biopic can eventually match or surpass Michael's record remains to be seen. Covering Jackson's later years would require tackling some of the most controversial chapters of his life, and a lot of that is already filmed. A lot of it, and that is, oof. I do want to see it on film, but I know at the same time a little bit, you can feel the nerves if you know what I mean. Because I know what to expect of the stories that came.
If you go to numbers on YouTube, all of his music have been watched over 13 billion times combined. Some of the songs have surpassed 500 million views on YouTube for Michael. So, I mean, that just speaks records right there, volumes of
And some
what
people still think that Taylor Swift is bigger than Michael Jackson.
they say. Taylor Swift. Some people said, what's her name? I forget her name now. The singer. I can't even think of her name. The black Beyonce. And I
Yeah.
don't hate her, but no, she's not. Taylor Swift or Beyonce. They're but no, stop. She doesn't even write her own music, I don't think. But anyway, yeah, no, this guy's a good. The guy who did his. I'm looking up his stuff. The Anton Fuqua, or I'm probably butchering his name. He's got some brilliant films out there. Training Day, if anybody hasn't seen that,
Yep.
brilliant
Oh, he
films.
has
And
a big catalog with some
yeah,
decent and good
Equalizer,
stuff.
Magnificent Seven, like another good Shooter. I love that film. Was it Emancipation? He's did a lot of hard hitting films out there. It's like, whoa, okay, this guy's got a good track record,
Yeah,
and
and
he,
also what was great with the Michael movies, also that his son Prince was part of the production. He was there on set. He's even a cameo in the movie.
mm,
So he was there watching that they did it right, and that is
yeah,
good.
yeah.
But of course, yeah, yeah, controversial chapters. However, before the sequel was officially greenlit, Jafar Jackson was a little bit ahead of people. Talked a little bit too much, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
That there was still plenty of compelling material to explore, noting that the period included not only the allegation, but also some of his greatest music. For now, the king of pop has added another historic accomplishment to his legacy, this time at the worldwide box office. So really important to talk about. This movie did well. This movie deserves it. And I will eventually also own it
Oh
physically
yeah, same here, same here.
and
I have This
go
Is It
out,
on
watch the
Blu-ray.
movie.
Yeah.
If it's still in the cinema, go and support the movie.
I
Support the
wish
king of
I missed it. Darn it. Being poor sucks. But yeah, I'm
but
gonna buy it. I'll buy it on Blu-ray
but
when
it
it
is
comes.
gonna, a physical and digital. Support it what way
Oh,
you can.
100%.
And amazing biopic. So congratulations to that one. And yeah, I know we are getting to the 2 hour there, but we need to talk at least about. I had a couple of articles here, man. This one is, as fans, we need to talk about this at least before we wrap it up,
Yeah.
because we have mentioned the guy before. We are fans of Snyder, and it's always funny. People always trash him.
He knows how to play social media so well, though. Here's a
He
teaser.
does.
You bastard. Don't tease us. Stop it.
Yes, exactly.
Oh,
And it's not
like,
just that, a lot of people think that he does not know comic book lore at all.
oh, please. It's,
And I'm
yeah.
gonna say it like this again. We have seen the people behind a lot of Marvel and DC stuff recently. They don't know shit about comics.
No.
It's how it is. But when it comes to Snyder, and people out there call us such Snyder shills if you want to, I do not care. Um, I watched plenty of interviews with Snyder in the recent years, I really have. And that guy can sit and talk about comics all day long and
Mm.
detailed, really detailed. And a lot of people didn't like the Snyderverse, but he based it on Frank Miller's universe with some
Yep.
Injustice universe, and that is some of my favorite storylines. That's
Well,
why
look
I
at that.
like the movies so good,
Look at
so
Ben
well.
FX costume. I remember before it even was released, it was Kevin Smith said, "You guys are gonna like it," because he's good friends with Ben. He's like, he got to see it, like, oh, and there was a little hint at Frank Miller. I'm like, oh, no way. And then it came out, like, yep, there's Frank Miller's Batman costume right there. Like, yep.
Yep. So Zack Schneider has not been on Twitter slash X for 9 months. He's been silent on X slash Twitter. So Zack Schneider breaks 9 months Twitter silence with Justice League music 6 minutes after Frank Miller breaks his. Yeah. So two of the biggest names in comic book movies have been silent on X for 9 months. On Tuesday, both broke that silence 6 minutes apart. So at 10 to 2 a.m., Frank Miller posted for the first time since October 8th of last year, thanking Absolute Batman writer, even though I do not like the Absolute Batman universe of comics, but that's another story. Writer Scott Snyder for Monday's night's New York stop for his book tour. 6.5 minutes later at 10:08 a.m., Zack Snyder posted for the first time since September 28th of last year, promoting Saturday's Angels stop, where he sits down live on stage with Miller. So he said, "Can't wait to sit down with this absolute icon, the one and only Frank Miller, come to LA for Frank Miller Storyteller, presented by How to Academy. I will be in conversation with him at the Wilshire Ebel Theater this Saturday." And of course, July 18th at 7 p.m. If you love bold, and of course, he wrote some more. um, it's just like, if you love bold storytelling, you don't want to miss it. And then, of course, the tickets, and see you there. Um, before we get more into this, I am happy that they finally catch up, man. A lot of the Snyderverse was based on Frank Miller, and you know,
Yeah.
I think that's gonna be a great conversation because again, Zack Schneider is a big geek. He he knows the in and out of Frank Miller's universe.
I have some Frank Miller comics behind me on the thing, so I like his work. I've always have. So great.
Yeah, no,
I
I
was
I
rich.
wish
I'd fly to LA just to see this. I think that'd be cool.
I if I could, I would have loved to go there. Listen to two icons in this atmosphere.
I think it's Saturday. It's this Saturday, actually. Yeah. So it'll be
Yeah,
this Saturday.
and I think it's gonna be a great conversation about Frank Miller stuff, and Zack Schneider, what he's been doing. And I think it's gonna be real nice to like see them catch up, because they never met, catch up on the stuff they've done and all that. So no, it's only that. It's not a big whole article about anything else other than just talking about Frank Miller and Zack Schneider, meeting up and have a chat. And again, Schneider is a geek. He knows what he's doing and talking about. So yeah, that's all I want to say.
Yeah. No.
I absolutely, the videos will come out on YouTube and other platforms, so I will absolutely watch it from home at least.
If they're streaming it, then yeah, I can see it happening. So yeah.
Yeah, of course, there are also people who films it and posts it. So
True. True. True.
we will see it, either way. And I was gonna say this: I told you so that Zack Snyder knows his in and outs of DC. So highly excited for that. So not a big talking thing. Just want to mention that two of the icons meets up. So if you are going there, I think you should go and listen to them talk about some stuff. Think it's gonna be great.
I'm just wondering
Uh,
if they're going to stream it. I'm checking. I'm checking. I bet you they probably will. Something that big. You never know. But anyway, yeah, no,
yeah, no,
it's
it would be great. It
yeah.
would
All
be
my
great.
Frank Millers. I was looking for them. I have a few Frank Miller works, but they're all in boxes. All my comics are in boxes right now. He live out of boxes, but yeah, I have a few of his works. So I mean, I loved his Batman and some of his other works. So but yeah, no, this would be something to watch. And maybe if DC are watching this, maybe we can go back to this again and. Yeah,
Yeah,
think of
maybe, maybe go back to that universe and also release Batgirl.
and it made you money. Don't forget it. That's when you could rival.
Right?
Did they equal Marvel? No, Marvel did explode bigger money, but you still had Aquaman made over $1 billion. That was the one, and the Superman's made still a crap ton of money. They can't say
Yep.
they made a lot of money from his movies. So I mean, you were at least more competitive. Now you're barely scraping by with this garbage. So
Yeah, no, and again, a good example, Supergirl, a lot of theaters, like over 1,000 theaters are dropping Supergirl,
yeah. So
and it's gonna be digital soon either way, because, theaters does not want that movie in the cinema because I'm sorry to tell people, it is terrible. The only thing people cared about was Jason Momoa. The only eye candy for people in that movie. And again, the actress said, it's not a male centric movie. Well, I hate to break it to you, it is. Because everybody cares about Jason Momoa, girl.
yeah, it's gonna be it's going digital in July 28th in a couple weeks.
Exactly.
Wow,
And
that's
it's not
yeah.
done well in Norway either. I've seen, a lot of cinemas. It does not go well. The sales are bad. So it's not going great here either.
No, no.
And just, a quick little thing. We're not going to read the article because it's way too long. But just to mention that we finally did get like a small teaser of the Batman Part 2, but of
Yeah,
course
not
it got delayed.
again. Yeah, yeah.
So I'm not gonna go through the whole thing because they talk about all this kind of stuff that we have talked about before.
Yep.
But we have made a lot of jokes about this movie that it's gonna probably be delayed again or just canceled. But it got delayed. We were right. It's getting delayed, and a lot of people are having fun to just say, just cancel the movie. What's the point?
Yeah, pretty
What's
much.
the point anymore? Because they just keep delaying it, and we all know who's behind it all. You know, we all know
Oh
James
yeah.
Gunn and his friend that thought that thought that Batgirl will hurt DC. But again, this just shows again, they're kind of hurting themselves. Peter and
It's
Peter
just
and
stupid.
Gunn,
It's stupidity.
and it is. But we are gonna. I did promise you some Spawn. I've talked a little bit about it. On the last stream, so we're not gonna go through the whole thing. But you're a big Spawn fan, so I just wanted to show you that the original design of 1977 Spawn makes its comic book debut soon. And the art in it looks amazing, and I'm absolutely excited for this new Spawn. It's
Yeah,
gonna be a
but
different
yeah. Me and
person
Mike
too.
talked about this in this costume. Yeah,
Yeah,
and it's like, yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I can afford it, but maybe down the road I'll get them. So,
yeah,
but because I
and
haven't clapped in my spawn all year because I haven't been
yeah,
able to afford. But
and
yeah, it
like I
looks
said
nice.
last time,
So
yes, I said last time, this art speaks to me. This the art that I've been missing. Unique realism art that just art that you really feel emotions, you feel the passion in the project. So you know, pretty heavily excited for it. It's gonna be interesting to see. And this picture. It looks like a nice day grilling. Putting
Hmm.
on a spear and take the kids and grill. Really nice artwork. Highly excited for it. I will absolutely, read the miniseries.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
no, exactly.
And I will say I do heavily enjoy the suit. I really like the suit, man. It's, cyberpunky. You get vibes from like superhero, but not superhero at the same time. You
Yeah.
know, it is just unique and I love it.
But don't forget, Al Simmons is a hitman too for the government. So I mean, he's a deadly soldier. So like so like he uses weapons very well.
Yeah, no, exactly. Just let me double check something. So at least as far as I know, it's not gonna be Al Simonson who is Spawn in this new version.
Hmm.
Yes.
Well,
Okay,
don't
it's not
forget, there's
Al
multiple
Simonson. This,
spawns. There's
yes,
medieval
it is.
spawn.
It
There's
is.
things.
So yeah, this is what I remember. I had to just double check that I read it right
Yeah.
last time. It's not gonna be Al. It is gonna be a totally different character who is the Hellspawn.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But that makes sense, in this new version with the original suit. So now you have a lot of people who's been, the Hellspawn. So it's gonna be fun. It is gonna be fun, and it's nice with new characters too. So looking forward to it.
I would say I am, but I just can't afford it right now. I am, like I said, I haven't bought any Spawn comics this year. I actually had to get rid of my subscription. I had to stop collecting this year because I'm literally, I'm poor. I'm a starving artist. So, but that's why I'm rebuilding my career up and starting to start over again. That's why I go in silent for a while, just to just start over. That's what I'm doing. So, but I'll get there. I'll go back and buy back issues down the road when I can. So,
Yep. Exactly, man. And no, highly excited for it. And I do want to say hail to Tabletop Junkie who is in the chat. He said, "What's up?" No, we are over a little bit over the 2 hour mark, so we are gonna slowly, go back to our caves. But other than that, it is nice to see you, man, and I hope you are doing well, man. And yeah, I watched some of your stream today, man. It was great work. If you haven't, go and follow Tabletop Junkie on Rumble and his Tabletop Gaming. It's a lot of amazing stuff like that, and highly excited for certain stuff that he has in the making that
mm.
I am excited for. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Um yeah, I can understand that, man. We have talked a bit behind the scenes last time we were streaming, so I get you, but I have you in my prayers, and God bless you. And I think everything will be okay for your brother. I think everything will be okay. And he said, "Oh man, you know how to make a man blush." Of course I do. I've known you for so many years. So my job is to at least know how to make you blush, right? I love you, brother. I love you, man. You're a great guy. Um, but we're gonna do one last thing before we finally wrap up the show. And this is something I did not even know was in the making. This trailer, you know, this trailer just popped out of nowhere. I asked other friends if they've seen this trailer or they knew about this movie. Nobody did. It came out of nowhere. And of course, I love you in the most heterosexual way, brother. So we are getting a biopic. We recently just talked about a biopic, but we are getting a biopic of how R- Rocky got created. And the movie is called I Play Rocky. So it's a biopic of Sylvester Stallone, how he created the Rocky movie and everything that he had to go through with the Hollywood world to get that movie to be a thing. and it wasn't. And if you know the lore, it was not an easy lore. You know, it's not easy to get that movie made. If you know what I
No.
mean. And the actor, I've already seen the trailer, but we are gonna react to it. But I'm gonna say the actor who plays Sylvester. Damn, he sounds like him. It's crazy. So we don't own the rights or anything like that. So please don't sue us. If you are gonna sue somebody, it's always cash money because he's the rich one. Or you can sue Hashi because he's also rich. Uh, but other than that, enough with the jokes. Let's get into the trailer.
Name?
I'm Mike. Acting's what I live and breathe for.
Like that sounds like Sylvester Stallone, man. If you guys have sound, Tom, you have sound, right?
Yep.
Acting's what I live and breathe for. And I
Sounds
got
like
faith in
Sly.
myself.
You need to show everyone who you are.
I like this girl, Sylvester.
Sylvester?
That's right, his real name.
It's got a nice ring to it. Sylvester Stallone. It's like Peter Parker.
It's like Peter Parker, man.
Are you delusional? You don't got the looks to be a movie star. Not to mention, you talk like you got rocks in your mouth.
Yeah, that's also true. If you know Sylvester Stallone, that he's paralyzed on half of his face. That is the reason he talks the way he does, and he's gotten a lot of shame. People have shamed him for it.
Yeah, I know I don't look like Einstein, but I got a brain. The only way for me to get to show people is me to have to write a script for myself.
Yeah, so do that. Write a script. And give yourself the best part.
Nothing better than that. Make a great script, and you're gonna play the parts.
There's something big here.
You wrote this. This suits you bunch. Got someone like Chuck Bronson, or we could do Eastwood.
Guys, I play Rocky.
I have no idea what that means.
So the writer wants to be in it as the lead. No, absolutely not.
That's effed up, man.
But it is rare. It is rare at the time. So yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Throw some money at him. 25K.
No.
Raise the offer. Try 75.
You parking cars, for Christ's sake, Sylvester.
No.
175.
Go to 200.
No?
I'm not giving this up.
You talk about being a dedicated man to play the role of your own script, man. It's a
Yeah,
lot of
exactly.
money he could have gotten.
Yeah.
That's something I will praise him for, that he turned down all that money, right?
No.
Not for $1 million. Not for 10. Hey,
All right, now if you do this,
Comes with some strings.
if you ever fall one day behind schedule,
the meat's frozen solid.
they're gonna kick you to the curb,
You broke your hand.
and they can replace you with a real actor.
I don't even know what I'm doing. It's any good.
Just do the best acting of your life and everything will be fine.
How far behind schedule are they?
They're not.
This movie, it's about having a belief in yourself. It's about going the distance.
Yep. And I love Rocky, man. Great stuff.
Put my heart and soul on the page. If I'm not willing to live up to what I wrote, then what's the point? So do you believe in me? Or not? I thought you said you could box.
I lied.
Let go of the head. I'm an actor, goddammit. You always lie.
Yeah, so I am excited for this, man. I don't know about you, Tom. I'm a big Sly
Dude,
fan.
I have the Rocky box set in my thing on Blu-ray.
Yeah, no,
Trust
exactly.
me, I grew up with Rocky. People forget he won awards. He was nominated for a few Academy Awards, and he won some Oscars and also a Golden Globe. So he won awards. He was this no-name guy,
Yep.
and boom, here's a bunch of awards because damn, this is amazing. And then look at the franchise he created with Rocky after that. And then he goes on to do First Blood, which I love the first
Yep.
one. First one's amazing. Going to the small town, boom. And then he goes on to do so much. And now he's one of the he's worth 400 million. That's his rough
Yep.
estimate. And on top of that, he's a brilliant painter as well. People don't forget about
And,
that. So it's like,
and again, he is also a fantastic writer.
oh yeah, no, 100%.
And the Rocky and other stuff that he's been writing, and also remember, he's good friends with Chuck Dixon, our good friend Chuck Dixon. They are friends in real life. When it comes to A Working Man, the movie with Jason Statham, that's based on one of Chuck Dixon's books, and Sylvester was the writer for the film. He was one of the writers of the film, while Jason Statham was playing the role, and we had David Ayer directing the movie. So Sylvester Stallone does not get a lot of praise as a writer.
Was that
But
the
he had
film? Wait. Sorry. What was the one where they're in the back of the truck at the end of it? And Stallone. What was that? Wasn't Working Man, was it? Because Stallone and Statham are in it, and Statham ends up in the back of the truck trying to it's the back of the arm.
Stallone was not in the movie A Working Man. He was just a
No,
writer.
this was a different one. Yeah, I forget it, but they work together in so many films now. They're good friends,
They
I
have.
think. Yeah, and this one was only a couple years old too. I forget the name of it now, and it shows Statham walking away in the distance. Stallone lets him go, and it's really good. And no, it's like The Expendables. He's brought some of the big names. That's just fun. That's just fun, stupid fun. Those movies.
Yeah. And
So
also with Rocky, well, he wrote the script. He also did the boxing choreographing in the movie. He put his heart and soul into this. And no, I'm highly excited for this. I think it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna do. Hopefully, it's gonna do well. I hope. I'm absolutely gonna see it. Again, I'm a big Rocky fan. I think it's amazing. And again, Sylvester's a good writer. So watching some of the origin of how it played out, what he had to go through, and the hardship to get the movie made, and at that time in Hollywood, is at that time it was hard, and again, he wasn't the typical looker at the time that people associated actors with, and again, he had the speech impediment because half of his face is like paralyzed, with the mouth there.
yeah.
So of course that it was a harder business, because it was so rare with so many things there. But it shows again how dedicated to create Rocky that he was. And again, he is a highly dedicated writer, filmmaker. Everything that he does, he is dedicated as F, dude. So no, other than that, I am just excited to watch this, man.
Oh, sorry. It was Jason wasn't in the movie. It was Jason Patrick that was in. It's called Armor. It was 2024.
Yeah.
It's a really good one though. An armored car turns over in the bridge, and Stallone's in it. It was really good. So, but no, the guy does. I just love his films. I've always had. Like I said, I own Rocky on Blu-ray. I grew up. I used to get pumped watching it as a kid, and I get so And the only one I couldn't stand is when he had I think it was his real son in it, and it was so annoying. I hated him as an actor. It's like, this kid sucks. That's the one with Tom. Whatchamacallit, the other real light boxer was in it. He took his room, whatever. So I forget the name of the. I can't think of his name right now. But yeah, no, I mean, I grew up, and then he was also tied to the Creed films down the road. And eventually, they kind of removed him, which I hated that, because he's the one who really was his manager, and they were kind of building that up. But then they took him out of it. I'm like, that was dumb. But no. I mean, it'll be interesting to watch. So,
yep. I am heavily excited for it. I love all the Rocky movies. I know the last one with the last one he did in 2026. Got a little bit backlash. It wasn't like the most favorable to certain people. But I still heavily enjoyed it for what it was, and Sylvester was the one who directed it. He's the one who wrote it.
No,
Just like after the first movie, he directed mostly all of them. It's just one that he didn't. It was the fifth one, I think he didn't direct just right. But every other Rocky film he directed, and always been a writer on them. So yeah.
and don't forget, he co-wrote the first Blood films and the Rambo. So I mean, that's another universe. The guys have made blockbuster hits, So
Yeah,
like, yeah.
exactly, man. And before we wrap it off, I do see Future Untold is here still. So he did say it's two female singing voices on my channel who do women's boxing songs. I do all music. Yeah, I know, man. It's amazing stuff. The voices are from a plugin, Voice One. Okay. And Keela and Madison are the main vocalists for the project. Okay. I will check it out when I got time after the stream. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. Any final thoughts of some of the stuff we talked about today?
No, I already shared. I shared my feelings.
Tell them how you feel. Yeah. But no, other than that, as we always do, we're gonna go around the table, and actually, it's just two people, and we have a table in the middle here.
That beautiful table. I want a table like that someday.
That is a nice table, man. I want that table.
I know.
I want that space, man. I want that shit.
But no.
Let's promote.
As I was telling Mike yesterday, because he keeps on bringing up the Geeky Classic after like decade. I killed that off years ago.
Yeah.
Techno Sapien Geek, I've kind of been slow on that. And actually now, if things turn out the way I'm hoping, fingers crossed, this is my new dream. Because I'm doing film and photography. They're my dreams. But I'm trying to put myself out there as a travel vlogger. People seem to like my vlogs. And I've decided to take my Thomas Ellie Creations YouTube channel.
I love vlogs too, man. I helped you with one, man, and I love it, dude. I love those vlogs.
Well, I'm going to take my Thomas Ellie Creations YouTube channel. It only has like 8 people on it, but I'm going to rebirth that. I've renamed it just Thomas Ellie. Just my name. It's my name. It's just my personal. I have a regular personal channel when I first started YouTube just to watch videos. And then, of course, Foggy Brains is born. And then the other one, which I've renamed a couple times. But I'm rebirthing the Thomas Hill Creations, and I might start making that my professional as a photographer, filmmaker channel. You know what I mean? I got music. I've written 4 songs in my own personal time. They're over there. I got some other stuff over there. But I'm going to put my professional work on that channel. Techno Sapien Geek, I might figure something to do with that. I've rebirthed Foggy Brains again. I'm actually starting to do that once in a while, too. But I kind of might start building that up. And if my goal is to buy the little Insta360 Luna, it's a beautiful brand new type of, it's a gimbal and a camera all connected one. It's tiny, but it's amazing. 6K. Peter McKinnon talked about it actually recently. And then I want to get the GX85, which is an amazing small photo camera. It's like Micro Four Thirds. I can put my entire travel kit right on a satchel and travel. I'm like, this would be perfect. So this is my new dream. I'm going to start traveling the world, maybe get a company that wants to fund me, and I'll do videos. And I don't know. This is what I'm looking to do. I'm going to apply for a grant here soon to get that equipment, upgrade my laptop, and bam. So I might rebirth that channel back up and start building it. Foggy Brains is kind of there. Techno Sapien Geek, I just haven't had any ideas for it, so it's there. But you know, I still do stuff. But I'm just kind of all around the place. I'm just building my actual career. Once I start making money, then I'll have more focus. It's just I need to make money right now. I need to focus on building my brand as a career, not just being online, but just as my career. So that's my main focus as a photographer, videographer, and just see where it takes me. So we'll see. And of course, me and you will be here doing this. And of course, with Mike, I'm doing, actually tomorrow he's doing his movie. I forget which one it is again. I have it on my computer. I'll be showcasing his movies behind the scenes now. because of his computer. Love you, brother, but it's slow. It's so slow. So I told him I owe that man the world. I mean, we've been friends since our 20s, man. I've known him for years, 30 some years. So I told him I'll back up on that and I'll show your movies for you on my end, so they'll run smooth and nice. And bam, so just like I did the cartoon yesterday, the first one, it turned out perfect. Okay, so what I'll do, I won't even host. Like I said, I'll turn my mic off. I'll just be the co-host, like behind the scenes producer. I'll showcase the film for you, and that way it'll run smooth. And because I have a fast computer, I got fast internet. Take advantage of it for now. So so I'm going to try to help
Yep.
them out with that when I can. So, but yeah, besides that, just living. I'm living. And I'm going to the UK in October. I don't care if I have to sell my left. I'm going. So, but yeah, that's about it, really.
Yeah, no, exactly, man. And for me, of course, you can always find me here on our channel, 540 Studio. But other than that, whenever a Comic Relief Crusader needs me or wants me on, I understand the computer issues. But you can always find me there at times, and as you said, you can also find Tom there, and a lot of great fun stuff that he's doing over there. And you can also find me sometimes with Vinyl Revival on Rumble. I am also his official producer on the show. And what we do on his show on Vinyl Revival on Rumble, we talk about all fun music. We talk about old school artists and bands. And sometimes maybe it'll be some more modern stuff, the older stuff. We talk a lot about, the lore of the band or artist, deep diving into it. And we have a great panel with a lot of great people. Always fun to be there, and it's a lot of fun to be his producer on the show and help out with what I can, do my best. And also, like I said, I just finished up my book, The Last Gamble, doing the editing process right now. So heavily excited for when I get that released. And hopefully Amazon is not going to mess stuff up again for me. I pray and hope for that. um, and also, yeah, my first book is out there. The Forsaken Director's Cut is out there. It's also in the bio if you're interested to read my book. And also, I am working on a lot of music. Right now, I'm on a little bit of a break. I have to wait until August to start up stuff again with me in the band, so we can, start on our songs again, and I can record again. I have a limited time. As a parent, as a father to 3 kids. A lot of my time goes to them. But they are starting school in August, so then I have more time again. Adulting, people. But so we're gonna start back up with the music. Also try to continue with the song, the reimagined cover I am doing with Memnok, aka Håkon Didriksen from Abyssic from Norway, and also having a buddy of mine, Sir Talkslot, trying to do some vocals on the reimagined track. And also, other than that, if you are in the need of a film/video producer, editor, and stuff like that, you can always hire me. I am always up for hire. You can always find me on X, or formerly known as Twitter, and you can find me on Facebook, but mainly I use X most of the time. It is a little bit easier platform for work. Facebook is a little bit, not as easy.
Okay, can I say something? And I said this to Mike this week too. Can we just stop calling it Twitter now? Twitter's dead. It's been X for years.
It is a bad habit. It is a bad habit,
I
man.
found myself doing too. That's why I just recently said I'm done. It's X now. It's like it's X.
Yeah, it is X. It is X.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna reform it. X, sorry, not Twitter. But you can find me on X. That is the main platform I use for work. And I try to be good, nice with the budget and all that of what we need. You need, it's all about the length, all about what you need done and stuff like that. And we will always have a conversation before we start anything, so we can, get the price right and we can get the timeline right of what you want. And being a film editor and video editor, it is my main profession. That's what I've been working with for many years independently.
Mm.
Also been, on sets and stuff like that. And so has Tom. A lot of fun stuff. So yeah, you can always reach out to me, and if you can't reach me, you can always try to reach out to my other co-hosts who are normally here: Cash Money, Baron Orman Tag, Prismatics, Kilted, and other co-hosts I have for the Director's Cut show. That is Spotter Chris and Tabletop Junkie you saw in the chat earlier. And other than that, I don't have so much. I don't have any more to promote. So, as I always say before we wrap up a show, just remember, life's too short. Make the most of it. And we in 540 Studio, we love you and we appreciate you. And none of us could have been here today if it wasn't for all of you great people out there. It means the world to us. So thank you for the inspiration and love. And remember, God bless you all. And we will see you next time. Goodbye, everybody. Have a great one.
Nice.